Welcome to BTM Reviews, where we talk about the news. Got the scoop you need to hear. Stay a while, join the cheer. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Pour the bourbon, let it flow. Talking drinks you need to know. Whiskey's aged and barrels old. Stories told in glasses full. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Boys and gadgets, playtime fun. From old school to brand new ones. Action figures, cars that zoom. Fill your heart and light the room. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Cozy flicks on silver screens. Drama, action, fill your dreams. Real to real, the stories told. Lights and camera, new and old. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Movies, flicks on silver screens. Drama, action, fill your dreams. Real to real, the stories told. Lights and camera, new and old. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz, come take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to BTM Reviews. My name is Dave, and it's good to be here on this fine Tuesday night. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about episode 6. It's so fun talking about that show once you get into it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Julio's back from playing Dungeons and Dragons, so he'll be here to talk to it. But what I really wanted, I was in my liquor cabinet tonight, and I go, well, what do I have in here that I haven't tried yet on a stream? So this is a Benny's Pick. It's a Benny's Pick Angel's Envy. So as you can see, I haven't even ever opened it yet. It's a private selection. So we're going to taste this one tonight, see how it goes. Pretty sure it's going to be good. It's 110 proof, 55% alcohol. Angel's Envy's right in Louisville. It's a pretty cool little distillery there. I went there and visited last summer. So that was fun. But I hope everybody is having a good Tuesday. I had kind of a boring Tuesday. Just work stuff. Didn't leave the house, but the heat index as high as it was. It was like 112 degrees heat index here. So my customers canceled. So that was good. But we got Julio here, and we're going to bring him on real quick, see what he's up to. How you doing, Julio?
What's up, Dave? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm great. I cannot wait to try this one.
Looks good.
Delicious.
It's bad for your constitution.
Yeah. Good for my attitude, though. And it really helps me go to sleep at night.
Well, I'm sure.
But not too much of this. Not tonight. I got to get up early tomorrow. So we'll probably be done by 10:30, 11 at the latest tonight, my time.
You got a big run tomorrow for work? You got to drive far?
I got to go to Chicago, dude. It's 40 miles or 60 miles, but it's a fucking 2-hour drive.
Do not envy you.
It's like going to DC on a rush hour, right? And, you know, they want to have the appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is okay. If they wanted to have it like at 7:30, that would be worse. By 9 o'clock, by the time you get to the Chicago area, most of the roads are pretty clear. I try to stay off the highways anytime I'm going to Chicago because they want to get me for tolls everywhere I go. It's terrible, dude. So but I was looking it up tonight because I got to figure this stuff out before the stream starts. Well, if I take the highways, it's an hour and 25-minute drive. If I take the back roads, it's 2 hours. Well, that's 30 minutes of sleep. I can give it up.
If you have 2 hours, you can watch an entire movie on your trip, though.
Well, that's true, but it's in traffic.
Oh,
back road traffic. Oh, Bob, you're back. Bob, you gave that up last night, though. We cured you, remember? we cured you of that stuff. How you doing, Jim? Oh, perfect.
How's it going?
Right in the middle of his drink. Sorry about that.
Hey, Bob, that's disparaging comments to make about the Navy. I take offense. We threw many a man down a set of ladders for having those opinions.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was don't ask, don't tell for a reason. Motherfuckers started telling and they got told.
Ooh. Nice. So yeah, Jim, I got to go to Oak Park. It's a 2-hour drive if I take the back roads. It's an hour and 25 if I take 88.
Well, you can take 290 or 88. 88's a tollway, though, right?
Yeah, nobody takes 290 with the brain. Jesus Christ, dude, that place is a hellhole. It's always under construction. And the fucking lanes are so tight. I hate 290.
Sometimes, I used to like from the Northwest burbs. Sometimes I would actually go north, like down 294, go up, and then come back to get to the north side.
Sure,
because it was faster to go up past O'Hare and then zip back the other way down to Kennedy than trying to fight the track because it's retarded. But for whatever reason, coming from the Kennedy from north is not as bad as coming from the south or the west.
Yeah, the traffic flow is crazy, dude.
It's weird. The traffic flow is weird. People don't realize there's so many highways coming in and out of Chicago
because
they all just combine right there,
and it all stops at a lake. So nothing flows through. It's a big fucking circle of shit. Yeah. Ugh, it's the worst, man.
Do they have a beltway like they do around DC, Dave? Around Chicago, like a?
No.
Well, they have the loop, which is basically the L that just loops around the city.
Yeah, but as far as cars go, you just kind of stay on the outskirts and take exits and then drive in. So.
Yeah. It used to.
These are old roads. These roads are fucking old, dude.
You used to be able to bypass too if you went. You would actually go to Lakeshore Drive and take Lakeshore Drive north.
Yeah, sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not. It just depends on the time of day, right? Yeah. But what's crazy, Julio? You go into Chicago once you hit on like 55 North. Once you hit Midway, you're done. And I don't care if it's Saturday or Sunday, you are, breaking and going from Midway to downtown.
Because they've never made those highways any bigger. I will say it's been a while, but when they redid the Dan Ryan about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, they actually did it the correct way. Like the highway, they did it, they white topped it, which is they put down asphalt and then they put the rebar and they put 12 inches of concrete on top of the asphalt. That's what they need to do because you don't get potholes then. When you put concrete and you just keep flopping asphalt on top of the concrete, you get potholes. Water gets into the asphalt and it breaks everything. It freezes and pops.
Is that how they built the tollway with the asphalt?
I think
concrete?
so. I think
because the
so.
tollway does not get the potholes at the
Right.
highway.
I think
too.
so. That's how they did the Autobahn in Germany. And that shit's still fucking awesome.
And that's why
That's
there's
the way
still
you're-
no fucking speed limit because
Right.
there's no danger of potholes everywhere. You're going to rip up your car.
Wait, there's a speed limit on the Dirty Dan? I
Well,
usually take it from the double nickel and
There is if you get caught.
Double nickel.
55.
I would say there's actually you did a 3-lane sweep
Bob's is stationed
across
in
the Dirty Dan over to the double nickel.
Yokosuka, Japan. Yokosuka. Yep. I never went to Japan. Have you, Jim?
Now I regret not ever doing a fucking Westpac or anything like that.
My first wife was born there on an Air Force
Japan?
base.
On an
Yeah.
Air Force base? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so that your first one is your cool one, right?
Well, I mean,
She's
not
a
really.
tall,
Neither of them
cool
are
one.
cool. She
Well-
coming from Japan. She Pearl Harbored my life. I will give her that, but that makes sense. She was born in Japan, so what did I expect?
So you're
Wow. saying
she likes to go down
Well,
in flames.
yeah. How about those Redskins, kids?
She kamikazed your ass, huh?
That's all right. Whatever. Good for her. Good for her. I gotta say, somebody who works from home, there are days I go, gosh, I wish going to an office, have people around, and then I listen to
dude.
you, Dave, talk about driving everywhere, and I'm like, fuck that. I'd rather
Dude.
be bored and lonely and not have to deal with that shit.
Well, the thing is, when I'm not selling, I'm worrying that I'm not selling. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, and the phone rings and you get emails and stuff, but it's not the same as getting out every day and seeing people and just doing it. But, I've been here 15 years, dude. They know who I am. They just call me when they want something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, somebody will be new. But other than that, it's a lot of repeat business or the town next to them uses my equipment and they call me up and say, hey man, I just saw your equipment here. Can you get me a quote? That kind of stuff. But it's boring sometimes, man. It's like, whew, I got to get out. But I'm so used to being out. But I don't miss staying in hotels, dude. I try to stay the fuck out of hotels as much as possible.
Really?
You think I'm in hotels a lot now? I was in hotels 4 nights a week fucking for 7, 8 years of this shit straight. Yeah. That's too much.
Get old. Yeah.
Oh, man, traveling sucks. Every night a different hotel room, so you're never comfortable in a bed. The first night in the hotel room is always the worst night.
Mhm.
So by the time you get home Friday, you're just fucking tired because you haven't slept all week. And at
Yeah.
that point, I was covering Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, the entire
Jesus.
southern half of eastern half of Iowa, the entire state of Illinois, the entire eastern half of Missouri was my territory. So yeah, I was all over the fucking place. Oh, that's very true. Simply, the speed limit doesn't apply when the solo from Freebird is playing.
Right.
Man.
Can't you hear I'm playing Panama by Van Halen? That gives me an extra 20 miles per hour.
But there's other songs that when you hear it, you stomp on the gas and your gas is just going out the fucking drain. But you got to go fast for this song, man.
Panama is that's to me, that's like the best.
Panama.
best fucking button.
Panama. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
We're not talking about that?
We're gonna
We
get
were.
copyright struck, Jim. It was
He was
on
very
the
close.
nose.
It was so on the nose. So that's your drive song,
down the
Julio?
avenue.
The song is Panama.
The song's okay, but
I thought you were talking about Panama, like Noriega or something. I wouldn't.
No, we're talking about songs when you hear them on the radio in your car. You just got to go fast.
if it's sunny outside and
Oh.
it's summertime and Panama comes on, you
Yeah.
got to hit the gas a little bit.
Actually, mine's kind of like an oxymoron. It's when "Slow Ride" by Foghat comes on.
Sure.
Slow ride.
Yeah.
Take it. I got a groove.
At least you didn't say lowrider.
The rhythm is
ride.
right.
There.
Groove to the music. We can rock all night.
That's pretty good. Angels Envy. I'm gonna say it's. I like their rye better. than their straight bourbon, but it's pretty good. I still don't understand why Benny's goes in there and picks this and puts their name on. I guess because they can. But I did get cool little angel wings, Julio. Oh, little angel wings.
Does it come on the bottle?
Yeah, they come on the bottle.
How about that?
So
that's almost as good as the Crown Royale bag. That's the best tchotchke with booze.
Well, the Blanton's makes a nice bag too.
Do they?
Well, yeah, they do. Plus, they have those fucking collector toppers. That's a pretty cool thing with the Blanton stuff, man. They're all the same, but they have different letters. See, and they spell Blanton, so there's 8 different toppers in a collection for the collection. And it ain't like you can open the box to find the fuck out. I mean, you could, but once you open the box, there's a bag. Got to open it.
I didn't realize I've been drinking Blantons for years, and I did not realize until I think it was on a stream with you, Nick. I was telling us about the different letter. Like I knew the letters, but I didn't know there was 2 N's that were completely different.
Right. Yeah. It was what's his name? God damn, the guy who hasn't been here in a while. That was our bourbon guy. What was his name?
Bourbon Joe.
Huh? No. So we have a damn good episode to talk about tonight.
You liked it, right?
Tonight was good. Yeah.
It's an amazing episode.
Tonight was a good episode. It hit a lot of different places.
Like I don't know, like if you might recall when we were doing the review of episode 1, I brought up stuff like this episode without you knowing it. Because when we were talking about Raylan and Winona, remember? And I said, yeah, because where would it end?
Oh.
That was that whole scene with him in the barn with the dude. He sounded like, I thought about shooting Winona, but then, shooting Gary. I did think about it, but then I'd have to shoot Winona.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where would it end? I said that.
Yeah,
I said that when we were doing episode 1, and I think Julio caught it, was laughing about it.
Yeah. This episode got me right in the feels, I got to admit. That whole, we'll get into it, but when he's talking to the horse guy, Dave, that scene was so good. It really, good writing, good acting.
Did you, for 1 second, realize what the guy was doing with the paintings until the end?
I thought you said the Jew.
No, what the one guy was doing with the painting.
It sounded like you said the Jew. Did you realize? I was like,
no, I said, did you realize what the guy? Did you realize? Did you realize?
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
You heard did you too, right, Julio?
I did.
I'm not crazy. All right.
Okay. I mean, it does tie into the episode a little bit, but.
Oh, by the way, I did put a new video up today, guys. It's a clip from the show, but EJ Elemental did a great job of clipping it out, put some cool graphics on it. Jim, you actually watched that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. A lot of low watermark and Chris Bacon talking in it, which is good. So everywhere.
Hibbity jibbity.
Euro beat tracks, gas. Man, if it's heavy metal, I'm going, baby. If I have a good heavy metal song in my car, woof. And my wife.
Well, pretty much anything off of the Metal Up Your Ass album by Metallica is great in the car.
Metal Up Your Ass?
Yes.
Never heard that one.
You never heard of that album? Huh, that's weird. Well, you might know it by what the name the label made them change it to.
Oh, Garage.
Kill 'Em All.
Oh, Kill 'Em All. Really? Is that what the original name was going to be?
The original
Metal Up
name
Your
was
Ass?
Metal Up Your Ass. It was a toilet with a fucking guitar coming up out of the toilet.
That would have been even better.
Yeah, they made him change it. You can't do that. Metal Up Your Ass. You can't do it.
Yeah. Gas only works if you're in New Zealand.
Kill 'Em All is better. Like, Kill 'Em All. Yeah. Okay. Fucking weird stuff, man.
It is weird stuff, but that was the 80s.
Yeah, that was like 81 or something, wasn't it? That was early 80s. Yeah. That was when I wasn't even listening to Metallica yet.
That's the good stuff, Dave.
Yeah.
Early
yeah,
stuff.
but you got to understand, when I was kind of listening to like the hair band stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or
If you want to,
81, I was
really,
81, I was like 13 or 13 years old or something. So I was still listening to Hall and Oates and Toto and shit because that was on the radio. That was on America's
I like all
Top
that
40.
stuff too.
I'm just saying I wasn't listening to the hard stuff. And then one day I got a job on base for the lawn crew, because when you're in a military base and they need lawn crew, there ain't no civilians there, so they hire 14-year-old kids to go do that shit. So we're in the fucking truck and they start playing Scorpions. It's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh my god, this is good. And then he goes, well, if you like that, why don't you tell me what you think about this Bark at the Moon? Oh shit, Ozzy, this was awesome. Changed my whole fucking outlook on music.
Yeah, Mr. Crowley was just such a good song, man.
I'm getting mentioned on Trashcast.
Maybe, I don't know.
Turn my camera off. Keep it low key.
Oh, he's playing your video.
Oh boy. Oh no. Should we watch him watch my video?
Yes.
Or is that gay?
We should. It's gay as fuck, and we should do it.
Gay as fuck, but you should do it anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's talking about it now. I don't think he played it yet.
Slur. It wasn't the N word, but it was kind of like the N word with an O-I-D at the end. Oid.
Never mind. I take it back.
And people were asking me to denounce him, but he was drunk, and I thought it was kind of funny, honestly. I'm not denouncing anybody. One of the things that they do is they try to trap you into saying, and I saw them do this to JD Vance. Hey, Nick Fuentes, said this about you, and he's a white supremacist who dined at the White House or dined at Mar-a-Lago with Trump. Like, do you want to denounce Nick Fuentes? And yeah, you know what? JD Vance just went for it and denounced him. It's like, no, denounce nobody. Do not denounce anybody. Only denounce your enemies, people who are your ideological enemies.
I agree with that.
People who are on your side, who might say fucked up things.
What's up, guys?
I've fallen for this trap so many times. One of the things I've learned over the past 4 years is to just be like, nope, not denouncing. Nope, not denouncing, unless it's funny. Nope, not denouncing, or unless it's pedophilia. Denounce. Fucking chop off their heads. But racism and all these other accusations, nope, not denouncing. They can say whatever they want to do. All right, so here's BTM Reviews.
Crazy Cat, for the record, I'm in his chat, but I'm not listening to his stream.
I wanted to see what this video was. Rippleflix. Trademark. Wait, Dave, you trademarked Rippleflix? You are the fucking man, dude. Oh, hibbity jibbity would be two squirrels. And then he says, neh, and then he says, goid. Of course, that was the animal I was thinking of. I was trying to recall squirrels because they'd be squirrel words. Hibbity and jibbity the squirrels. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, hold on a second. Let me take a look at this poll, see how the poll is doing, guys. Looks like you guys want a line art Heather Swain 1 hour variant. Holy fuck.
Here we go.
A line art Heather Swain 1 hour variant. You got to be kidding me. We're doing it. All right, I'm closing this poll. That's what we're going to do. Okay? And in the poll.
Just take more of my money.
To 35%. I have
never
seen
has
anyone
no respect for my bank account.
ever do a 1 hour variant before. Ever. It's never happened. We're doing it here. And I'm sure we're probably pretty close to being where we need to be in order to make that happen. Let me see here. Cyberfrog 3. We got a ways to go. To be honest with you. Let me just double check. We are doing this now, folks. When we got a long way to go. We got to get to somebody's got to buy some boxes or something like that. We're at 674 and 73. All right. Once we get to $675,000,
I feel like I'm tuning
into
the Aaron Input stream.
For 1 hour.
Exactly, Kevin. Just tell them to stop buying.
Variant cover. 1 hour. And by the way, it's going in your box. If you have a Red Xbox, it's already coming. It's already showing up. It's in there. It's included. So you might as well. I mean, those of you who are
I got 3 of those.
Happen or thinking about buying, you might as well just buy the box. Get us to 675. Buy the box. You've already got the Heather Swain cover in there. Promvat Galati says, hold on a second. I'm freezing here. My screen just froze. There he goes. Why are line art more desirable? They're not more desirable. They're just different. They're just a variant, and they don't exist. And I think the idea of a line art cover with no color on it being available for 1 hour only is huge. It's just huge. Eric Weathers is going to have to send a quick blast out to people. If we get to 675, we're going to have like a launch point, and he's going to have to say, Eric, if you're watching right now, get a thing ready, a message ready to blast out to people that there's a 1 hour variant that's just unannounced.
So was it actually put on Eric's website? Is that what Yellow Piss Flash comic was released last night?
I don't know if it was released. I'll look. Hold on. Just go ahead, press play. I'll look.
It should be a collection, right?
Yeah,
Been
collection
sudden.
shit.
Wow, thanks for 500 rupees.
Is it going to be on his
when will we get
website,
the
or is there a
Camelot
different
comic?
website for
It's on
Rip
its
to
way
send?
now. All of those are shipping right now. Preston Sparks,
Rip us into category on the website.
You're winning. Flady1, thanks for being a new member. Pop Culture Rock says, do I get everything if I bang that box? Yes, you get everything except for the first variant, first 24-hour variant, which is the John Malin tribute cover. That is not coming in the box, but everything else is. So we need some heroes to get us to 675, and then I will line it up. We'll be ready to go. And we will launch something crazy, a 1 hour variant on Cyberfrog 3. Fucking insane.
Did he already play?
By the way, the only people who are getting it, unless Eric Weathers can get a message
miss it?
out, and I'll give him a little bit of time to
right back into show mode.
What did you say, Jim?
Really?
Did he play your thing? Because it doesn't seem like
No,
he played it.
no. I'll fast forward it because
We're live, and it's not here.
no, I'm not.
I am. I don't see it. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, this is
It was like 6 minutes ago he had it up.
yeah, that's okay. We'll look for it later. But I'm
He
sure
just played the thing and saw Rip with Flicks and said, "Oh my god!"
I know. Yeah, Ethan. Well, hey man, once he starts selling, he can't stop. I mean,
he really should take some time to support smaller creators like BTM Reviews and not spend his entire stream.
Dude, he's played.
Every time I log in his stream, he's showing his shit.
No, I know, but every time he plays a Katie Did clip, he shouts her out. Every time he plays my clips, he shouts them out. And he just defended me by telling people to go fuck themselves for wanting to denounce me for the Negroid word. Like, what are you talking about? So that's I'll pull this off for now. And if he comes back, just let me know, Jim.
Where's the solar flare report?
It's 27 minutes in. It's time. I've got it. We're going to pull it up.
Hit the button, Frank.
Oh, that was production at its best.
Amazing.
Good morning, folks. Today we'll be looking at an amazing shot of a star cluster. We've got more on pre-earthquake electromagnetic anomalies in the atmosphere, and of course, we're starting with the last 24 hours on our star. Space weather has been favorable to Earth for a while here, despite the continued high sunspot number and of solar flaring. Luckily, that flaring remains in low M-class range and is impulsive enough not to release CMEs. We'll continue watching those sunspots, but also the plasma filaments, since right after the morning show yesterday, a filament lifted and released on the south. It produced a spectacular-looking CME, visible on Soho-Lascaux coronagraphs, heading southward away from the Earth.
Is that like a DeSantis lift?
Heading off into the nowhere of space south of the solar system. We're still watching all of these sunspots as well, but it does appear for the moment that the bigger spots are departing, and the incoming spots are much smaller. We'll be watching them just in case. But now we're off to a star cluster embedded within a region of space that has been analyzed by ultraviolet cameras in a new way. Previous visible wavelength shots of the region don't do it justice, or to how clustered the star formation has been in the region. While most new stuff like this is coming from James Webb, this one is from Hubble. Also here, folks, pile another on top of the mountain of studies identifying pre-earthquake anomalies of the electromagnetic nature. They found total electron content variations strong enough to impact GPS readings at the epicenter location of the quake to come. It begins days before the shaking. It's another step closer to real-world earthquake warnings based on atmospheric data. Don't forget, the grand opening of Observer Ranch is coming at the end of the month. Tickets at the link below. General reservations and more information at observerranch.com. Can't wait to see you in person and to have gatherings of observers just like we used to do. We greatly appreciate your support. We'll do this all again tomorrow. Right here, but right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.
So I'm beginning to think that he uses the same photo of the sun in every one of his videos.
No.
Different? He's got the big yellow sun in the middle with the sunspots and all that.
No, the picture that he shows where he shows the flares and stuff, that's legit. That's coming from the GOES satellite imager.
Wow. All right.
But the stuff at the end, like the beginning of the thing, that's just like a what
Why
you
am I
call
still
it. He
here?
does. Are you listening to Ethan?
No. Oh. No.
Previously on.
This wasn't playing, so I have to put the.
Well, I guess it is. It was. I was listening to
I can't
Ethan,
have
but
both of you not paying attention to the stream.
he was
on
playing.
just-
No, he was playing a.
Song.
I was actually responding to Elemental MJ. He's like, "Oh my God, Ethan's playing the video." I said, "I know. He's just not got there." I said, he loved your thumbnail too, dude. So, I mean, he really did. So we'll see what he says when he brings it back up.
Charles.
Senpai noticed me.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at Dan Blackwright saying, "I'll believe anything." If you want, I could. Well, I can't make any promises, but I could try to get you unblocked in that chat.
No, he can send me the bottles of bourbon. That's the joke, dude.
Oh, okay.
Charles has been threatening to send stuff to.
Oh, Dave froze just in the nick of time. So we'll just say that previously on Justified, Raylan Givens shot some people.
Mm-hmm. And his dad's in trouble.
And his dad's in trouble.
And every broad he meets likes him.
Yeah. Is this the episode that because I haven't seen this episode in a long time. I'm going off memory. Is this the episode where he goes to see Boyd and jail, or is that the next
this is
one?
when you told me it was supposed to be the next episode, but I was
I wasn't sure.
I was
that
so
was
happy
this one.
I got some Boyd in this like twice in the show, like because there was actually like a good conversation because of why he went to see it.
Does something happen to Boyd in prison during this, or no?
No.
Okay, that's next episode then.
No.
Okay.
He just talks about it ain't as nice. It's the food ain't as good as it could be, but it's better than I guess the last person he was in, right?
He's playing your video now.
Oh, is he?
All right,
if you
let's
wanna
flip
back
over.
to him.
Hurry up. He's going to go back to eBay in a minute. Gonna be quick on this.
Imagine being able to walk up to the people that we've been talking about all this time and find out why they believe what they do. Think about the things we disagree with from people on the left.
I don't think that Gary believes half the shit he preaches anymore.
No, exactly. As a matter of fact, we kind of ripped on the fellowship and all of that, and they didn't know a lot of the history of things. So there are probably several clips of me in there explaining things about, not about what those guys think, about what we all thought while we were supporting them and how we became, disillusioned with them and separated from, because they didn't get, how is it that on the right, there's this Comicsgate group that kind of revolves around Ethan, and there's this fellowship group that revolves around Gary. On paper, those two groups should be
group. Yes,
they should be together.
Why
But they
can't
are
we
at
be
war
together?
Worse than left versus right. They hate each other more than they hate the people on the other side of the political aisle, and they don't get that. They say, those guys should be together, and but we're not. And so I kind of walked through how people like you and me and others that came over to the EVS side and really kind of dunk on Gary now, why we do that. and what we found wrong with Gary and Az and
Look at those production values of that video, Julio. He did a great fucking job,
This isn't
man.
an endorsement. This is just an observation as I see it. I think when you look at Ethan and say the Comicsgate purists, the people he refers
You
to as
1.25 when Chris is talking.
those people,
No,
I still think more
He's
so
smarter
than
than
not
us.
are focused on the art, right? They're focused on the product that they're putting out. I know they hate that term, calling it product. Let's put it this way: the art that they're putting out, and that really means something to them. Whereas on the other side, if you got them behind closed doors, or maybe they just tell you it's about the money, it's about chasing the algorithm, it's about growing a brand, and for whatever reason, that gap between the artist and the capitalist, let's call it that, who are just using their beloved space in order to just make money at any cost, at whatever, is more offensive to them than, like you just said, right versus left, whether it's like geopolitical issues, social issues. The people who are taking their beloved space, their beloved hobby or profession, and then just using it strictly as a monetization tool, ethics be damned, views be damned. I'm just trying to feed an algorithm for hits, likes, super chats, merch. But that would be interesting. Why do you guys have such a big rift for that particular reason? Because like you said, you would think all things being equal, they would all be sitting together singing Kumbaya and helping enrich each other. And maybe coming to some common ground on like, well, you guys are like really hardcore, just all about making the money. We're still trying to protect the art. Help us understand, and maybe we can work together to, blend both of them into the best of our abilities, and everybody wins. But for whatever reason, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Well, some people think that Chris, that these guys are all talking behind closed doors, and they're driving everybody's revenue up by doing this.
Well, I think Eric July would be patient zero to say that's not an effective strategy if that is in fact the case.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that that's some people's thought process on it. I don't think that, first of all, I don't think that Ethan really tolerates fools. We can see that with his decision to finally tell Matt Barr to go fuck himself. Like, I've given you enough chances, dude. I'm done talking to you about this stuff.
It's never my decision. It's always their decision.
I think that's a thing. That's exactly right, Ethan. And Eric Elias got such a big ego. I never fired anybody, Julio, when I was a manager. I just had to give them the fucking message. They fired themselves. You show up late, you don't do your job correctly. I'm just the guy that's got to enforce the goddamn rules that are set in place. I didn't fire you. Just like Ethan said, I didn't tell Matt Barr anything that he didn't already do to make me make this decision. Like, get the fuck off my streams, dude. You're not who I want to hang with.
That's a good point. I used to have a staff of 20 people that reported to me, and my job was to protect them. If something fucked up in my organization, it was my fault.
Right.
But if they were making me look bad, they had to go.
Yeah. And making you look bad is showing up late.
Right.
And other people bitching that they're always late, or whatever the case is. They're just not performing at the level that you're paying them to do it.
That's right.
But it's not our fault. It's their fault.
Correct.
But I remember one time I fired this guy, dude, and he was my best. He was my go-to guy. He was the man. Like, I needed something done. I said, hey, go take care of it. And he would take care of it. One day, my wife fucking calls me. She goes, hey, I'm at the grocery store. I said, okay. She goes, I see one of your trucks here, and one of your employees got out with his daughter.
Well, so
you can't have a fucking family member in a company truck, dude. This was our policy. Like, we're not even allowed to go anywhere but to and from work and park it at the house.
No.
You don't stop at the liquor store, all that shit, right? But he's at the grocery store with his daughter. And, one of my
You
good
didn't
friends.
You didn't want to let the guy go, right? But you had to.
Dude, it's not an option. So, and the reason it's not an option is because a good friend of mine told me, who was a manager at the same time. We worked in Chicago. He was in the North. I was in the South. He said, Dave, knowledge bears responsibility. And once you know, you're taking responsibility. And if you don't take action, dude, guess what?
It's you.
It's not just me. It's that little girl who gets killed in a car. And I knew 6 months ago that he was driving a girl around in a company truck. It's a fucking disaster, dude. So knowledge bears responsibility for all this shit. That's why I'm glad I'm not in management anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in charge of all these people. So let's get back to our wonderful takes here. That why would he even, think that him participating in something like that would help his brand? So I don't know, but I
That's true.
I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that these guys are in cahoots. I just think, like Low Watermark is saying, that all these guys fighting, I don't know who it's helping. I don't know who this is helping at all.
You know, what'd be funny is if I said
Chris,
that we
I
were
really
in
don't.
cahoots
No.
and forced
No.
them to
Well,
disagree.
it's almost like how the Republican Party kind of eats themselves during election time. They can't stand together and get behind one person. They fight more amongst themselves, where the left
Circles the wagon no matter what.
exactly
No matter
exactly that's why they end up winning, is because of that. And people on the right are so divisive. I mean, literally, the EVS, if we just called it, F&T versus Trashcast, just that dynamic, that's the Republican Party eating itself, but the Democrats don't do that. They team up so they can beat the rest of us into the ground, so.
100% Low Watermark. 100%.
I wish I could make it different. I wish I could. I wish there was a way
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
didn't have to
just
be
like
that
in
way.
2020, we have two.
All right. Well, thank you, Ethan. Thank you. I'm not going to go over there and super chat him for playing my video. I got my own stream going on here, but please chat. If you're over there, just tell them that BTM Review says thanks. I appreciate that. And the great producer of that video, or producer, because EJ Elemental produced the fuck out of that video.
He did a good job.
He did a really good job. He made the thumbnail and everything. So it was fantastic. So
I have a question, Dave or Jim.
Yes.
So Low Watermark, who I think is always amazing on the panel. He's awesome. Do you guys know what he looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't answer that question.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He looks just like Julio Scissors.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
God help him.
Yeah. I mean, he looks just like you.
He's actually a 22-year-old black man that's 6'4" and plays for the Chicago Bulls.
And he hangs out with Drex.
Yep, him and Drex are best buddies.
They're bros. Is he? Well, he did a great job on this video for me. He's made all my videos lately, except for my comic book reviews. But I'm getting ready to start on my Yellow Flash and my Ryan Cannell stuff again. And I'm going to talk to EJ and ask him if I record them, can he make them look as cool as he just made that video look? Because that just looked good. It wasn't boring. Just three people on a panel talking. There's, my wonderful graphics that fucking Uncapped Turtle made for my intro on the spaceship and the bourbon bottles, all that stuff. That's great stuff, man. That's great.
Song that he did is amazing. My only issue with that video, if I'm being honest, is it's you on camera and two icons talking.
Well, now Ethan's going into the lawsuit between
what's he doing now?
The Matt Barr lawsuit. Oh, I thought Dave was waiting for me to talk. He's frozen in a great. Someone, look at this. This is great. Look at this. Hi, Dave. I know I got you stunned. Oh shit.
There he is.
Never mind. I take it all back.
No, what I was going to say is, like, that was the night that Jim was super tired and he left, and Chris Bacon joined me and Low Watermark. And then that conversation popped up, and Jim's like laying in bed going, I can't go to sleep, Dave. I'm going to come back on. But he didn't, he just jump in. Well, is that an EFAP? We didn't EFAP that. We just watched watch Ethan's reaction. So Anyway, what were you gonna say, Jim? What were you gonna say when I got fucking zapped by the internet lords there for a second?
Oh, I said he's covering the lawsuit, the Matt Barr lawsuit that Matt Barr sued some guy over comic books that he was supposed to get royalties on, and the guy gave away all the comic books instead of selling them. So Matt Barr got $70. So,
it happens.
Shit happens, I guess you got to have all these things worked out in a contract,
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do real quick, Jim? I'm going to go to my channel real quick. I'm going to look at something because, again, you put out a video, and let's see if I got any new subs. Oh, wow. Yes, you're going up. Your views are going up. Impressions are going up. All my arrows are up, Jim, just because we put videos on the stream or on the channel. Holy shit.
I'm waiting. I got like 4 comic books that are supposed to be coming. So as soon as they come in, I'm going to do some videos.
Well, what you really need to do is make a video about how gay Yellow Flash is and make the video, and then Ethan will play it, and then you'll go from 225 to like 275 in about 2 minutes. Because Jim's a hater. He's a detractor, but he's not. It's just, you just had your opinions on stuff. Like if
you're going to make a channel like Gary or Yellow Flash or EVS, and your money, what you do to make money is roasting people.
I'd say I don't really want to do that.
Ethan makes money selling comic books. The roasting people is an added bonus. That's an added bonus.
If you
he
give
sells
it
more comic books on a live stream. I mean, like legitimately, when he has like this Heather variant for an hour, we'll probably make him $20,000 fucking dollars.
God bless.
God bless is right, because he has a skill that he can market.
Yeah.
Oh, but if you're Matt Barr, your art's not really worth anything, so I'll work for food.
I didn't really, honestly, I think Matt Barr's art is good. I like most of his stuff. The cover that he did for Yellow Flash, though, I don't get it. I don't understand.
What about the cover he did for fucking Silence Do Good too?
It was all right.
It's not as good as the first one, though.
No, but it was all right. It's all right.
I
won't. It's a nice.
The problem with Matt is he doesn't give any value to his art, Jim. He says, "Pay me what you can because I'm here to help you."
Isn't that his prerogative, though?
No,
it's not,
because he
can't decide what he charges for his art.
Because this is what doesn't make sense. Because he sued a guy over money for comic books, though.
Right. So Julio, that's like being a band, right? And Van Halen, let's say their rate is this, and Metallica's rate, they're all the same, right? All these guys are the same. Julio walks in with his band and goes, "Dude, I just want to play. I just want to be in the world. Pay me whatever you can." And all these guys don't get work because he's cheaper. Well, that's not really helping the artists that are you, Matt, because you actually have the skill to put a price tag on what you want to work with, right? You can actually put a price tag on what you think your art is worth. That's what people do. Every day, people put a price tag on their fucking labor.
But this community is filled with backstabbers. It was what I've learned about, right? So at the end of the day, why wouldn't you just go, you know what? Fuck these people. They're going to turn on me in the end. I'm going to do what I want to do. They can do what they want to do. I have an obligation to my family. They have one to theirs. I mean, I get what you're saying. You don't want to drive down the price of houses in your area. You know what I mean? I get that. But I don't know. It's just my take on it. Not knowing anything.
This goddamn internet. I'll be right back. I'm going to switch this shit. Tired of not seeing.
Burst just hit Dave's house from the solar flare video.
Yeah. All right. So
you're back.
All right. So the fucking community or the thing with Matt though, Julio, is like you just said about driving down the price of property. Well, you're driving down the price of artists, right? Like, so let's say just a plumber, right? Like in my world where I'm in, okay, what I do for a living, I don't walk into a shop and evaluate the shop and how rich or poor the city is when I give them a price. The price is the fucking price. Okay, that's the price. If you don't like the price, I'm sorry, you'll find something cheaper. I don't follow up. I don't care. I go in, I do my pitch, I give them a quote, and if I don't hear from them, I'm not calling them back to find out who they bought from. You know why? Because I don't care. Because I got to go to the next guy and see if he wants to buy from me. That's like artists. Oh, dude, here's my commission rate. Yeah, it's too much for this fucking show. We don't want to pay you to do it at this show. You know, the guy that makes the what are those pictures, Jim, that Ethan used to draw in the mall?
Caricatures.
The caricatures, right? So we don't want to really pay that rate for you to take this booth and do caricatures for free. Because Matt Barr said he'd do it for fucking 5 cents. Yeah, but dude, Matt Barr's got another job that he makes a lot of money on, so he doesn't give a fuck if artists in CG can make a living because he's already making a living doing private work. Kind of not cool, dude. Kind of not cool at all.
I see
he
both
should be the highest price.
I get what you're saying.
He should be the highest priced.
Okay.
He should be the guy holding out for the most money because he's already got plenty. Right? I mean,
I don't know his finances. I have no idea.
That's what the chat told me. Like the chat told me he's got he works in the private sector doing artwork, like digital, just stuff that we'll never know who it is, but it's out there. Kind of like Salty. Salty does work for corporations, which is fine. Plus, he's making a comic book. But I guarantee you, if I called Salty,
he's making a very good comic book. I hate to tell you,
right? But if I called Salty and said, "Hey, dude, what would it cost you to draw a cover for me?" He'd give me a price. He wouldn't say whatever you can afford. Whatever you can afford. Well, no, that's not how this works.
Well, let me ask you that. Well, I don't want to draw this out too much, but I have one other question. So let's say, Dave, you were making a comic book like BTM Shungite or whatever.
Yeah.
And you needed somebody to make you a cover. And you have, I don't want to use Salty because he's on the show, but you have an artist that charges whatever, $700 to do something. And you have Matt Barr on the other end, whose quality is the same. We will charge you $100. If the quality is the same, why wouldn't you go with the guy who's charging you less?
Well, that's not a fair question, though, Julio. The question is, why is Matt Barr devaluing his product by so much that I would doubt that his product's any good? Okay, so like not everybody's an artist when you buy a product, right? So when you roll in and you go, wait, I see the average price of a camera, just a camera. The average, get in the door price is $600. And then you see this one that looks exactly like it, but it's 150.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying 150 when the other 11 are right around the same price. There's a reason it's 150. There's a reason. There's a reason that fucking thing is there. Now, people will buy it. But those are the young people. Those are the people that haven't lived life yet. They go, whoa, wait a minute, dude. This can't be that cheap. There's got to be something wrong. It's not going to work. Their customer service is terrible. It's probably Chinese software that I can't even fucking read when I whatever the case is. Am I wrong? I mean, I
agree with what you're saying in that if you charge something so ridiculously low for what you provide, you're going to make it seem to people that it's not worth anything.
So everybody knows at 11 o'clock tonight, I guess he's putting this cover up. Ethan is putting this 1 hour cover up. It's only going to be available for 1 hour. It's
the Heather Swain line art stuff?
Yeah, line art. At 11 o'clock.
Central or 11 Pacific?
11 Eastern, so in an hour. Well, he's in Eastern, so I would imagine he's saying 11. It's going to be tonight.
Okay.
So, whatever.
Anyways.
I mean, I'm going to have to buy 10 of them, I guess.
How much are they?
$25.
Jim said he's getting 10, Kevin. He's getting 10.
10. A baker's dozen.
Oh, that'd be 13. So
that's what I'll have because I have 3 Red X boxes. So
but I do love these conversations, Julio, because I put value on my time.
Sure.
Right? Like, I mean, But Matt thought that him saying, me telling a creator whatever so I can help them out is actually good for the creator. It's actually not. Because let's say the creator's brand new, Julio. His story shit. Like he doesn't know what he's doing yet, or she doesn't. They don't know what they're doing yet. But they can hire a guy like Matt Barr for $1,000 to do a cover or do the inside, whatever. Because Matt said, "Hey, whatever you can pay." So your whole sell to your customers is, "Hey, I got Matt Barr to do all this artwork." People get the book and they go, "What the fuck is this piece of shit?" Doesn't that devalue Matt?
But wouldn't it still be? Well, that's true.
Yes,
that's a good point.
It devalues Matt.
I agree with
Okay,
Yep.
Okay, you like. It's like life, man. Everything's baby steps. As a creator or a worker, you start at this level, you get to the next level, you get to the next level, and as you're getting there, you're learning lessons. You're able to afford different things. You're able to do different things. So if you make your first comic book, and it's your best friend that does the artwork, and let's say it does $10,000, you're like, holy shit, we sold $10,000. That's enough for me to do another book.
Did you guys see the T-shirt that Bosch Foston made of Matt Barr's head wound?
No.
Pull up Ethan right now. He's showing it.
Oh, okay.
Bosch is selling it. It's on a Teespring site.
All right, let me.
It's at a Teespring. I might buy one. It looks cool. It looks funny, actually.
I got to go live, right?
Yeah.
So we got Matt Barr. Let's get back to his in Comicsgate head wound by creating.
It's pretty funny.
And you can get a Matt Barr head wound T-shirt if you would like to. Hold on a second here. Where is it? Oh, here it is, right here. This is like a big deal, man. For Bosch Foston to make art like this is. I mean, this is like Shepard Fairey making art of your head wound. So he's got T-shirts here. Here's Matt Barr, and here's Matt Barr's head wound, and there you can get it on a nice T-shirt there, just to feel bad for Matt Barr and his head wound. If you would like to, his alleged head wound. I don't know if he actually has one. That's just what Patrick Thomas Parnell was telling everybody in Comicsgate, and a few people actually feel like. And a few people actually feel like he's demonstrated that he does have a head wound. So Bosch Foston says, by request, my help T-shirt design is available to order. You can go over to Bosch Foston's Twitter, and if you want to wear a Matt Barr head wound shirt, it's not a Matt Barr head wound shirt; it's just a head wound shirt. But you know what it's about. You know what inspired it. You could go over there and grab one of those.
Okay.
What's the head wound thing, Jim?
PTP says that the reason Matt Barr does this stuff is because he has a head wound.
And Matt Barr can't leave his house because his wife knows he's unstable and he'll be a complete maniac in public. All this stuff. It's fucking wild, dude. Like it is wild.
I mean, I don't know if any of that's true or not.
I don't either.
But supposedly, I think they said he got into a motorcycle accident or something, which I don't know if that's
but
true.
This Vosh guy is going to get a bunch of tweets from Matt. You know he is. Matt's going to go fucking ballistic. It doesn't say Matt Barr in that shirt anywhere.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't say that at all. And if you think it's about you and you take it personal, well, that's on you, dude.
I know you think this T-shirt's about you.
You need to come on my show and you need to fucking man up. Quit
You're
being
so
a
brain
pussy.
damaged. You think this T-shirt's about you.
Don't you? Yeah, I'm feeling Dave's transmorpher. Matt will come off looking bad if he attacks Bosch. Do you think he cares, though?
No, that was exactly what I was going to say. He doesn't give a shit.
He attacks everybody.
Yeah.
Now, the lower the sub count, the harder he goes after him. Like, yeah, you got to see how many people are fucking just messaging me from these war campaign people that Matt's part of now. Especially when I made that Matt Barr community video, communism video, which was just a clip from the show. Oh my God, Matt Barr wants me on the show. Oh, plus when we did that fucking EFAP of Matt with Carbon Heart, they lost their shit over that.
Oh, there's some new videos from JJ Trujillo. Got a bunch of new videos out.
Okay, well, let's get to our review. Or, well, although I love JJ's stuff. What the fuck, dude? All right, let me look up JJ. JJ.
PTP fucked you. I don't
What?
understand. I'm going to have to start ignoring the chat again. It's
What'd they
derailing my
say?
train of thought. Something about PTP fucked me? I don't know.
Well, I'm looking.
Okay. All right, so
fucking video about Frog Tony.
so this is just previously unjustified.
Did you hear what I said? He made a video about Frog Tony. Is Frog Tony a grifter?
Who did? JJ Trujillo?
JJ did.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Well, I guess.
Is Frog Tony coming out with a comic or anything? Does he like create anything?
He's got a comic coming out, I think so.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, skip the review of the show, Kevin. Oh, you want to keep detracting on shit? It is funny. I'm having a good time.
Well, this will go fast. We'll blow right through this.
We'll blow through it.
We have to be done by 11 so we can buy comic books.
Well, time is
fungible.
What's that? Yeah. Time.
So anyway, so this episode starts out with our hero, our protagonist, Raylan Givens, going to meet our other
favorite character of the show,
antagonist, whatever, Boyd Crowder in jail,
who has all of a sudden found the Lord.
Yeah,
this was great.
It's like a cycle with him, He goes back and forth. It's like his thing is cycle repeating itself.
Well, he says, you took me away from a guy who's gonna fucking, not find the Lord now. So you just ruined this man's life. It was actually pretty funny, dude. Like, and then all I could think about was him in this other show with Danny McBride, where he's the preacher. Like, it all just melts together. And that wasn't even around, Jim, when you were watching this show. But
no.
Yeah. Oh, well, Kevin, you got to watch Justified. I just found it. I found it a week ago.
Raymond.
It's a good show. I think you can find it for free online or whatever, but it's good. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. This show was the perfect mix of, this guy's going to be around a while, Jim, because you don't know, because like he disappeared for 3 episodes or 4 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So now he's back, and you're like, okay, so as a newbie, you're like, oh, this guy is going to really be a part of this guy's world. But on the other hand, there's a whole subplot in the show that ends up like a Matlock fucking episode, right? Like, we know there's a fucking mystery. He's going to solve it, and it's Matlock. Like, oh, cool. Right?
That's a perfect way to put this episode. The good stuff is what's outside the episode.
Well, there's actually like this first season, there's like 3 or 4 different things going on at the same time. You got Raylan's relationship with his wife, his ex-wife, whatever. You got Raylan's relationship with Boyd.
Raylan's relationship with the girl he's not supposed
to have
a
relationship with the girl he's not supposed to have a relationship with. Then you're going to have Raylan's relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we already did that last episode.
No, I'm saying that going in this whole season, it's like all these different things with Raylan, different relationships, and his relationship with Art is an ongoing thing in this series.
But that's his boss, right? Art,
right? So there's this
ongoing thing. That's a thing. But like the dad thing, you kind of saw that coming as just an old viewer of TV. Like, oh, the dad. They keep talking about him. We haven't met him, so you're like, this guy's gonna be around. But him, who we're talking to now. Boyd, right?
Yep.
Boyd.
He was gone after he got shot. Like, he
was more than likely.
He went to jail. He's out. Let's get to the next character. But they realized, and it's probably a great surprise to people that started watching the show. That's oh shit, they brought him back. Great, because you're right, Jim. That pilot, he probably got the most love from the fans about who you want to keep in the show. Probably even over Oliphant. I mean, that's how good he was. And that's how good he always is in these roles.
Yeah, Nick Searcy gets really pissed when people tell him how they love the character of Boyd Crowder. He's like, that guy, Boyd Crowder's a fucking racist scumbag, fucking murderer. It's like, yeah, but he was a great character.
Right.
And it was played excellently by Walton Goggins. It's like, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Being a character in a story is being a character in a story. It doesn't mean he's the person. Come on, Nick. What's Nick's problem?
There's a lot of assholes who write music who I don't like the artist, but the music's great. So
sure,
it's like the music.
Well, Nick Searcy's the guy who plays Art Mullen. So
he's like a conservative from what I've read about him.
Well, yeah. He yelled at me on Twitter once a while back because I told him how I love Boyd Crowder's character. That's what I meant. Like, he got pissed.
Wow. Kevin, what's his Charles says, what the fuck is his turd comic ripoff name of Transformers, but shittier? A slightly
Last of the Sea Cars.
Oh. Yeah. It's awful. Everything about it's awful.
Yeah, the Shield is good too.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Shield though is that you're going to be upset because it's in 480p because it was filmed on the T, so it's not upgrade. It
can't be upgradable.
It can't be upgradable. It's not. It's just like there's a lot of old TV shows that are like that too, like Sanford and Son and All in the Family.
Yeah, right.
And it's just it is what it is.
You ain't watching it on your 100-inch screen.
No, it looks like shit. You're like, what the fuck?
You got to watch that Sanford and Son reviews.
You got to watch that shit. Oh, dude.
I got them on my computer.
My wife brought me home the box set for the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh,
yeah,
love that show. Laura Petrie. It's my wife.
The Shield is greater than The Wire, says Pike Bishop.
I agree.
Those are two shows I've never seen. Two shows I've never seen. Again, those are two shows. Later we can discuss because I will be the virgin that have never seen any of them, and we can.
I mean, the Shield's great. It's just it's not as the story's not as complex. It's like a one note. Bad cops. That's the Shield. It's a great show. I love it, but it's not. The Wire is complex. There's things going on. There's different characters.
But some people like simple.
Yeah,
I think The Wire is overrated. That's my take.
Right. Like
that's my. Having watched all the HBO vinyl, Boardwalk Empire, Sopranos, Wire, I think that's just me. Anyway, so Boyd's here talking about how he's found Jesus again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
And Raylan's saying, "Hey, can you find some shit out about my dad while you're in prison?"
Food isn't as advertised, and there was no mint on my pillow, so I don't think that I would come back to this particular hotel.
Calm down, big boy. Calm the fuck down. Wire is great, but I feel the Shield is more cohesive. So there's an actual the world is more.
I don't know. I mean, because the Shield gets weird with the whole money train thing. It's like this whole several seasons of them chasing this money train, and I don't know.
So who's the main character in the Shield? What's his name?
Well, it's Michael Chiklis. It's the
Chiklis,
guy who played the Thing in those Fantastic
He was in a lot of
movies.
stuff. Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah. Is he still working?
Yeah, he still does work.
Okay. I don't know.
And there was this whole thing in the Shield too with the wife who was just like fucking Skyler from Breaking Bad, and they had, autistic kid, so they like Breaking Bad had the kid that was a cripple, and so it's like the same type of thing. They try to throw these things in there to make you feel bad for people.
Wasn't the Shield before the Breaking Bad though?
Oh, the Shield is old, man. The Shield was before this. The Shield was before Deadwood. The Shield was
like one of the early FX shows, right? Like one of the first early ones. Yeah. Which had wasn't that kind of the same time as really like the X-Files? Weren't they kind of out at the same time?
Maybe,
because you had Fox with X-Files and FX with the Shield.
Which came first, the Commish or the Shield?
The Commish.
I don't know.
I thought it was a Commish. That was an ABC show, right?
All right. Then the Commish, did he have like horseshoe hair? Like he had like starting to go bald, but he still had hair on the sides. And the Shield, he's completely bald. So maybe.
I think the Commish is first.
Maybe the Commish was first. Yeah.
commish.
Yeah, that season about the kids in the school is kind of like I fast forward through a lot of that stuff.
Agreed. Yep.
You know, the one with the last season though, with the paid newspaper I thought was great. You know, there's different stuff going on with the newspaper and the whole thing with the, I thought Amsterdam was awesome.
I like the second season with on the docks.
Oh, the second season on
Ports or
Docks is
whatever.
really good too. Yeah, that's really good. But and then the whole thing with the guy, just the one scene where what was his name? The Italian cop that takes the kids in the bus and goes, "See that star? That's the North Star. Go that way." That was just a great
This is all in Baltimore, right?
All in Baltimore, yeah. But so
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason I didn't like it. I'm like, if I want to watch this shit, I'll drive 30 miles north and I'll just see it in person.
Yeah. I mean, going to fucking Oriole Stadium is you're taking your life in your own hands. When I went back, 35 years ago.
Memorial Stadium. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, park your car for $10, sir.
Dude.
Like, yeah, all right. You're going to park it in a shop and I'll
One
never
night, one night we were at the game and the game got rained out. Like we drove from St. Mary's County. We drove like 2 hours to get to the game, right? The game gets rained out. The news crew is out there. And this is when they were in talks about building the new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And they interviewed me on the fucking news. They said, "What's your thoughts on the new stadium?" I said, "Well, it should be a goddamn dome because I drove 2 hours to get here and I can't watch a game. So let's build a dome."
That's a good point.
And guess what? I went home and I saw myself on the news. I was like, "Holy shit, you fucking retard."
You're all pissed after 2 hours of driving. Why don't these assholes build a fucking dome? What do you think of that?
Build a dome, a retractable roof dome. I mean, that's what they're all doing now, right?
Camden Yards, though, real quick. Beautiful baseball stadium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great.
They built that shit right. They did build it right, but it could use roof. So they don't ever rain out. Don't rain out your games. Did you watch, what's that Pedro? Was it he in that drug show down in Mexico?
Narcos?
Was that
good.
Pedro?
Was that Pedro Pascal or no? I thought that was someone else. That's some guy Pena, I think.
I thought Pedro.
No, I think it is
Pedro.
I think TP's right.
Is it Pedro Pascal? I thought it was someone else. Maybe that's his name in the show, Pena.
I thought Pedro was. I don't know. I just I like Narcos.
Yeah.
I like that fucking show, dude. I just don't get it. Like, why are these seasons so short? Like, you don't get enough of it sometimes.
It was like they rushed through it. They could have made it like they went so much. They could have got more in depth with the story and dragged it out more and told more stuff that was going on. It was like they did these, like the whole first season. It was basically like 20 years. It was supposed to be like 10, 20 years of.
So
crime.
he was in Narcos. He was good in that show, dude.
Right.
He was good. But I can't take him anymore. Like, he's the token guy for every fucking project coming out. It's like, he's not that good an actor on the big screen. I don't care about him that much.
He was really good in Game of Thrones.
Again,
Yes.
TV, short bursts. He's not the star. You're there. You're going to see this guy play a role. He's in and out. Next,
It was really a great short burst when the guy squeezed his head and it exploded.
awesome. Like, awesome. That's the way it should roll.
He was very good in that role, though. Pedro Pascal.
Oh, it was great. It was great. He was really good. I mean, like, I would have watched a show just about that guy's life.
Mm-hmm.
Just about, his whatever's, I can't remember his name.
This is Game of Thrones.
Game of
He was
Thrones.
from
Yeah, just
Dorne,
about him.
right?
From Dorne, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a prince from Dorne.
Was he good?
He was good in the movie, TV show. Good
Really?
guy.
I mean, like, you believed it? Like, it was.
Yeah,
it
it was believable.
Okay. Because I find The Mandalorian terrible. I hate that shit. Like,
Well, that's writing and directing. I think is a problem. I think
well,
Pedro
also
Pascal
show
could
your
be
fucking
great in
face,
anything.
dude. I
If he has
mean,
the right- well, it's true. Yeah.
yeah. Because isn't he supposed to be in Gladiator 2?
Yeah,
I saw him in the
main
trailer.
guy in Gladiator 2. Come on, man.
And Fantastic Four, right? Isn't he?
Hey, Matt Barr's in the chat.
Oh, there he
that ain't
is.
that ain't the real Matt Barr.
No, that is actually the real Matt Barr.
What's up, Matt?
Well,
send them the links. Get them in there. Let's go.
Well, we're watching Justified reviews. Hi, Matt. How you doing, buddy?
You're more than welcome to come on in, Matt.
Yeah.
Alcoholics. How dare you?
I don't drink, Matt, so good one on you.
I've got a nice big glass of water in my Yeti cup, so I drink way more water than anything. Yeah. So I enjoyed that show a lot, Red Scorpion. That was fun. All right, so we've got Boyd and we've got Raylan having a conversation about shitty hotels that are prisons and all this stuff. This was actually fun.
It's something then.
I bet it is better than Alderson. Or maybe I'm better. See, I've done a lot of bad things in my life, but...
So he's done a lot of bad things in his life, and then...
Yeah, and now he's reformed himself in prison. He's I like how there's a big prisoner written on the back of his fucking.
I didn't
like, isn't the orange jumpsuit enough? Like, are the guards wearing them too? Do they say guard on theirs? What the hell? Yeah. So this was a good scene. Then Boyd asks him, "Hey, can you give me some information?" And
no, Raylan asked him.
Raylan asked, I need all the. I got a favor to ask. He's like, "What do you want to ask?" And he goes, "Well, can you give me all of information on what my dad's up to?" He goes, "Oh, I don't think you want to know all this stuff. Like, this is dangerous for you and me, dude. You don't be asking me this shit." But what's in it for me is the final question, right?
Yeah. He's like, me asking the questions about your dad could be problems, and then,
Yeah.
One thing we have to touch on in this episode, there are a lot of high-level guest stars on this that have been in
other... On this episode here?
Oh, there's a ton of them. Yep.
Yeah. So, like, Raylan... What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you know that you got this guy trying to get you. But I do like what he says about this to his boss when he asked him about what's in the room.
Well, yeah, his boss goes, please tell me that wasn't Ava in your room today. And
no, he says, do you really want me to answer the question? That was fine. But then boss
there's some things that are dumb, and then there's things that are not dumb.
Well, he says
something like that. The way he says it, just,
there's something.
The boss says you got to,
smart.
He says you got to do the smart thing, and Raylan goes, but the smart thing isn't always the right thing. Like, that was dude, don't tell me that me not getting with this woman is better than getting with this woman. That's basically what he's saying. Like, I'll take the consequences when I talk to this dude. Watched The Hitman. What's up? Yeah. And I like how everybody's not jacked. Like in every 2024 show, Jim, when they take off their shirt, they're all ripped. They all got abs and all. He's just a dude. Like, he's just a man, like every fucking man in America besides the 10 that get starring roles in movies, like Jake.
They build his character up to be a ladies' man.
Oh, every chick does a double take. Yes.
Yeah. Everyone.
Yes. Yeah, every chick does a double take.
Oh, yeah. And then here Raylan's telling her about the heads up about her. Boyd's dad's going to be getting out of jail, and maybe she should leave. And I think, is this where she tells him that ain't nobody going to run her out of Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said her dream, though, was to move to Frankfurt or something like that. And
Frankfurt.
Yeah, get away from all this. But it's like, we talked about this last night. These people think they need $1 million to move from this fucking small town. Nobody's got enough money to ever get the fuck out. Like, just go, get out. Like, your life's in danger. The U.S. Marshal is telling you your life is in danger.
But that's an overarching theme in this show: is having money and not having money, and whether money makes you happy. You know, that's
Yeah, but you got these
isn't
out
on
of
that.
counters like in last night's episodes where the guy says, I got to have all this. I got, this is my stash so I can have enough money to get out. And it's like, but dude.
TPPT, I don't think you have to worry about spoilers per se. There's so much stuff going on in this show that I've watched the show at least
twice a year, every year.
Twice a year, every year for 8 years. I mean, I've seen this well over 15 times, the whole series. And I still see stuff that I'm like, oh, I didn't catch that.
But he caught the knee pads.
I caught the knee pads and the dirty feet.
They're not dirty.
It's like eagle eye.
Yeah, look at the bruises all over her legs. Like someone's been grabbing her.
That's the producer of the show.
Okay, yeah, Art comes and he knocks on the door and
yeah. Hey, are you ready to go?
Calling you. What are you going on? And and then he tries to peek in to see who's in there.
He says
he knows who's in there.
That little phone thing I gave you, if you keep it on, like.
Don't you check it every once in a while? Yeah.
So they got to go pick up this guy in Columbus,
Cincinnati
or Columbus or something.
Cincinnati. Yeah,
Cincinnati.
If it was Columbus, it would have taken a whole episode to get there. It's Cincinnati. It's right on the fucking border.
Oh, yeah, there it was. And
Dave's the expert.
Yeah,
on travel.
Those are because Art says, I hope you're being smart, and then Raylan says there are other things besides being smart, and Raylan,
right.
And then Art goes, yeah, those are not smart.
Okay.
So this guy, I'm sure lots of people in the chat know, and you probably know, is the Doctor in Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah. And so this is funny because they're like, yeah, this guy contacted you, tried to sell paintings, and then this guy goes, oh, so you've been listening to people's phone calls. And then they say something like, if we thought it would get us closer to an indictment, we'd tap his toaster or something like that. He wants to know how much money this guy Karn stole, and
right.
something like 100 million or something, or 80 million. He said, before they say something like, before Madoff, it would have been the front page, but now it's barely makes the,
Jim knows the fucking name of the episodes. TPPT. I'm blown away. I'm like, they actually name episodes? Like,
yeah, this is the collection.
I know, but I don't ever pay attention to the names of episodes on shows I watch. It's just the show's on. Let's watch it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last episode was The Lord of War and Thunder. The one before that was The Fixer. The one before that was River was the name of the town that they were looking.
9:25 Central Time. So, yeah, and then we meet the horse farmer lady and the dude.
Well, she's in a bunch of stuff. She's in
a
Longmire.
ton of stuff. Yes.
I don't know if you ever watched Longmire. She's the girlfriend in Longmire.
Well, she's in a lot of stuff even before that. Yeah, she's pretty good.
And this dude Carnes, the guy that ends up getting killed, he's
the owner. Yeah, the rich guy.
He's also was in Deadwood. He was one of the guys in the bar when Wild Bill Hickok got killed. The guy goes, "I got his bullet." No, wait, not the guy that had the bullet in his arm. The other guy that was there.
Oh, the other guy in the show was also in that comedy show with Jason Bateman.
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development, yeah. The fucking wacky brother, right? Yep.
Yep. And the guy who trains the horses was in Lost. There's a lot of guest stars in here.
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Is Dave controlling? Oh, okay.
No. This guy was in Deadwood.
Huh.
He was this guy who became sheriff, and then Bullock got mad and said he can't be sheriff, and he rips the badge off his chest.
You have a great memory, Jim.
Yeah.
So they come in, they're like, well, the U.S. Marshals are going to take your house over.
Right.
And this Voyager is going to come in and check and see if the Hitler paintings were fake.
Yeah, he's like, this whole thing about, well, do you still want me to come in and buy the paintings because the Marshals are going to take this big bag of money I have for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. They say this guy Mortimer. So they're looking at paintings, and lo and behold, it's supposedly paintings by a Austrian painter with a funny mustache. You know, he's like, "What the hit?" He's like, "Wait, you mean Adolf Hitler?" And they're like, "Yeah, oh, they're great."
I thought that was kind of a dumb line.
Yeah,
Like, what? Steve Hitler?
yeah, you know. Use your bathroom, you know. So Raylan meets the wife.
Right, the chick of the week.
Yeah, the chick of the week, and she's cute and everything, but
She's cute. I don't know. I thought she was the weak link in terms of acting in the episode. That's just me.
you know, offers a drink. They meet this guy. I can't think of his name right now.
Gary. Oh no, that's Gary's his ex-wife's
husband. Yeah, I think this name is
Dave.
Bill, maybe
Bill, horse guy.
Horse guy. You know, and they talk about what's going to happen and how that they're going to let her stay in the house, even though, you know, but they're just going to lock up the expensive stuff, and then everything else will stay in the house. And then dude finds out the paintings are fakes. The guy doesn't want them. It says, you know, you could tell by the people that Hitler couldn't draw people well, so anytime someone fakes them, they'll do everything right, but they'll make the people look too good.
Yeah, he said the people are sketchy. It's all about the buildings.
Yeah. So then there's this nice conversation in the car about them, you know, what kind of a scumbag would collect Hitler paintings. And Raylan says, I knew this guy would collect air disasters down to the burnt bushes and all the bodies and stuff. And
he would recreate them. Yeah, he would
recreate them. And Raylan says something like, you know, I think everybody can have, you know, whatever they want, but I can also think that they're creepy.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and I'm entitled to think those people are creepy. No offense, Carl.
Yeah.
It's like, none taken. It's like, you really should check out Mike. He keeps trying to get him to check out his collection.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, hey, and he's like, nah, dude, that's not what I'm about. It's which to me, Jim, was kind of weird. Like just not wanting to see a collection of some art that's super rare, no matter who made it. Like, it's just a painting. It's just a piece of fucking paint on some.
I agree.
Yeah, like there's a little like, all right. Yeah.
So then this guy, they're like, she's telling him she's got to give him the money back for the paintings because they were fakes. She's like, yeah, we know they were fakes. We split the money.
Yeah, right.
You know,
it was actually kind of a complex little, to use what you said, Dave, a Matlock plot in the middle of all this other stuff going on. I love this episode so much. The writing is so good.
Oh, that didn't happen yet. This was her basically. This was basically her pretending she didn't know they were fakes, and then acting like there was a
huge problem.
Huge problem. So then this guy comes up and shoots him, and then shoots a second shot in the ceiling.
Dude, it came out of fucking nowhere.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You're watching. You're like, holy fuck! What?
Yep.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
Why?
Tell the truth. Where'd they come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like everybody's like shocked,
including me watching it, going, well,
Me too.
Why are you killing the dude? Like, okay. And then they say why, because if the guy can't be in court, they can't take a shit. Well, that's a stupid fucking take, Jim. They still can take his property. They do it all the time.
Yeah. So
how
they
is
do
the
something-
gunplay in this game or in this show? It's good. Now, we'll get into it a little bit later, but she's telling him, "Hey, you better fucking not say a word."
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, then she's like, yeah, she doesn't say nothing, so because you're part of this. And then it's later on where she tells him, "Give him the money for the paintings. I want your 150 grand back from the money we stole." So,
but she also told him, "Hey, it'd look really bad for you as an art dealer.
Yeah,
if selling bad art. Yeah.
Right. So they come the
burn
next
'em.
morning. They get their indictment, their warrant, or whatever. So they come to arrest the guy, and they're gonna. This is funny too. This whole FBI is gonna beat down the door, and then the marshal's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! The marshals own this house now.
Yeah,
Want
stop.
to pay us for a new door?
Right.
We'll take it from here. Knock." You know. And she just comes down on acting like she's not wearing makeup, but she's wearing makeup.
Yeah, she just got out of bed. Yeah, right.
You know, where's your husband? Oh, he's in the thing still looking at the paintings when I went to bed. I took a Xanax or something.
But he was in the den, right? He was in the den.
So they see the dead body. They say send in the locals, and then she comes in and puts on a good
She
act.
did. It wasn't a good act. She
Well-
barely tried. You know, it was. Then they held her back and she ran. Like they did. I'm glad they didn't try to make her look like this super sympathetic chick, Jim. Like with the whole too many tears and stuff, because they got right past that shit.
Yeah, this is good. This is where Raylan finally meets the scene where
Jim's
they're
got
talking.
her, Pike's got a question for you.
Does she have knee pads on? I don't know. Wait a minute. Is this fucking Charles Chance? Are you fucking Charles from fucking Gino and Keanu's channel that gets blocked all the time and that keeps fucking calling Gino? Is that you, Charles? I'm getting that feeling that it's you. Anyway,
Kevin Costner's series looks horrible. He's got a series coming out, or is it the Yellowstone series?
no, there's a movie like it's called Horizon or something. It's a 2-part.
Well, part
movie. I
2's
think
coming
you
out. Yeah, like part 1 got kind of lambasted, but apparently part 2 is the gothic we've all been waiting for. Don't give me that shit, dude. I've seen plenty of good.
So this is a great scene though, where they're all talking about what to do.
Yellowstone TPPT.
About the about everything, and we don't care, and you could do this, marshals could do this, but the indictment and suicide, and Raylan's like, I don't think it might not be a suicide. And there's a whole thing about why, because the second shot happens all the time, and Raylan's like, no, because
the gun's in his
gun in his hand.
Yeah.
It's like you shoot yourself in the head. You don't hold on to anything, and they're like, oh, did you see that on TV? And he's like, unfortunately not.
Did you see it on CSI? Yeah. But Jim, this was 2014, right? Like this was kind of gay. I'm sorry. Like everybody knows a gun falls out of your hand.
Yeah.
Like
that was my thought too, Dave.
Even the local cops would have been like, "What the fuck? He's holding the gun still."
Yeah.
No. That says, contact me, man. You got my email.
I don't think I do.
I wouldn't be surprised if you did, but it doesn't matter because
yeah, so this is the U.S. attorney guy that says, listen to him, let him tell the story. So he tells the whole story. Raylan doesn't realize that this is the guy they're investigating him.
Yeah. Which, Jim, sorry, how many U.S. attorney's office or U.S. attorneys are in their office that he already knows the guy's investigating, that the guy's going to be investigating him? You don't think, like, this is Raylan. He's a smart dude. He's like, I know who you are, but he didn't even go there. He was like shocked when the guy told him, like, I'm the guy investigating. You're like, oh, fuck. Like,
well, he didn't know the guy's name. I don't think he hasn't met him yet. So this is just the first time he's there. So he came there.
He knows his name.
He knows his name, but he doesn't know this is him. He knows the name, David Vasquez.
Attorney.
David Vasquez, but there's a bunch of U.S. attorneys
in the small office.
Yeah, there's probably a dozen of them or something.
No. If there is, Raylan's been there long enough to see the ones that are there all the time. But I will say, I like the U.S. attorney. He played it well.
Yeah, he does. He's great. Well, he's a great guy, great actor from Band of Brothers.
Right. He was George Lutz, I think, in Band of Brothers. Yeah.
George Lutz.
Lutz. There you go. It's close.
Yeah. But he comes in and he's like, oh, you shot Tommy Box. You don't contact me, Charles.
Yeah. And then he goes, he shot first. when the guy was walking out. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, I know." And he's like, "Shut up. Did you really give him?" He tells him, "Did you really give him?"
TP, you don't got to leave, man. Just watch the show. Just watch the show.
Did you really give him 24 hours to get out of town? He's like,
Julio, where are you watching this?
Disney Plus.
All right. So if you got Disney Plus TPPT, because I own Fox now, except for Fox Sports, they own the Fox catalog, right? So TP, get on Disney Plus, get caught up.
Right.
And then Friday night will be another 2-episode review stream, I guess.
Spoiler alert, there's a guitar solo in Stairway to Heaven. The show's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right. Well, that's
Greeks win the Trojan War.
No way.
Spoiler.
What?
So then Raylan calls this guy and is like, "Hey, can you tell me, are you sure they were fakes or whatever?" And then said, "What were they, would they be watercolors?" He goes, "No, they were good old-fashioned oils. That's no one would, no reputable forger would make, try to make fake Hitlers and use watercolors
that weren't available when they were created."
Correct. Yeah.
They weren't even available when
water-based oils.
Yeah. It's on Disney Plus, Chris. It might be on Hulu because doesn't Disney own Hulu?
I think it might be on Hulu too. It's all one: ESPN, Disney, Hulu. It's
this part, I forgot this part was in here. This is where Winona comes in with a list of names.
She asked him for a
favor to run some names, and he's like, "Wait, the last time we saw each other,
he said,
you told me that we won't be a next time or something like that."
He said,
now
you're in a lot of trouble for doing this shit for you too.
yeah. Jim, hypothetically, or Dave, hypothetically, if you had an ex-wife and they came into your office and asked you to do illegal shit, would you do it?
Yep.
If she looked like that?
Yeah, that's what's
no.
Yeah.
If I still cared about her, right?
Yeah.
Like if I still had feelings for her, no matter what she looks like, dude. Let's say you had a wife that made 8 kids for you and it didn't work out long term, but she comes back to you and says, "Can you help me out?" And you're like, "God damn, I miss you. I miss the kids. Of course I'll help you because maybe you'll let me back in the door." He's not an idiot. Like he still wants her back. He still wants her ass back. It's definitely that person, Jim.
Yeah. It's definitely the guy. He calls Gino all the time on the phone, harassing Gino and Keanu, and whatever, dude. I don't know why, but because I'm a mod on Gino's channel, so you're going to be here to talk shit. So
he's been here all week or like 2 weeks now.
Well, I don't know why he started with his stuff now.
Because you called him out.
Spoilers. We're not really spoiling much. It's just the beginning.
I got 4 kids though, Ben. I'm just saying. I just threw a number out there, but let's say you had 0 kids, but you were married for a while, like they were, and he took a job in another state, and she fucking left him, and they go into that here later. But like, she goes, "Oh, you thought?"
Yeah, they were married. They were living together, I think, in Oklahoma. I think.
She said, "You thought our marriage was okay before you went to Miami?" And he's like, and then he said something to her, and she goes, "Well, you never said that to me before." And he goes, "Oh, like, it hit him like, oh my God, I'm a dumb fuck because I never told this woman how much I really care about her. Like how much it really meant to me to have you in my life. Like that's a thing, right? Like you have to have these conversations.
Don't take people for granted.
Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they look like that.
Especially if you care about the person.
Well, I'm with Jim on this one.
Care about the person, dude.
You come in with a pencil skirt looking like that with your hair up, forget it.
If she's a bitch all the time and looks like this, would you want to still hang out with her? If she's a fucking bitch and she looks like this? No.
Yes. I mean, no.
No, you got to have a fucking relationship.
Sith Lords are my speciality, as they say.
And then,
in Attack of the
then he gets a hold of his boss. Is like, it's like, what are you doing? Calling the Lexington Police Department. It's asking them for forensics on the ashes. What are you trying to do? This is, you pissing someone's sandbox.
We don't investigate murders, right? We don't investigate murders.
And then he makes a comment. He's like, something about someone's lying to him or something.
Yeah.
And then, then he's like, oh, you just don't like rich people, do you? And Raylan's like, nobody likes rich people.
Nobody likes rich people.
So he goes, all right, but don't, go ahead. I'll give you a day or two. And then all of a sudden, like, Tim's walking in, the other guy with the real estate dude and stuff. Like, Tim's going to talk to him, and I'm going to go. Hart's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Doing all this shit, but I'll be knowing about it.
I actually like the Gutterson little side character. I like his character.
Tim Gutterson's a great character, man. And he's got a lot of, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yep.
Oh, the other agent?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It comes later on. There's stuff that happens. And you're like, oh, wow, this guy's, yeah.
I like his tombstone picture behind him.
Yeah.
In a fucking U.S. Marshal's office. Like, what? And this guy playing the boss is like the jokester. He's the biggest jokester in the show. Like, he's always got this little weird smirk on his face, and he's like got something smart ass to say all the time.
He's trying to make everybody stop acting like a bunch of assholes. That's what he's.
Yeah, he's great. Like, well, I'm not gonna ask, but I liked her. I mean, not her. I liked him. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jim. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, nobody likes rich people. Then here comes the, like the real estate dude, and he's like, well, you could. He's like, we need a list of all the art, what you paid for them, so we can make a list for when they go to auction. Like, I could have did that over the phone. He's like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that. But since you're here, also include the ones that were burned, or the Hitlers. But weren't they burned? He's like, we're still looking into that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he told them they didn't burn them.
Yeah, whatever was burned in the fireplace wasn't those paintings.
Mm-hmm.
So Raylan, she gave him these list of names because Gary was acting weird. So instead of running the list of names, Raylan just goes and talks to Gary.
Yep. And apologizes.
And everything.
Yep. I wasn't going to shoot you, dude, even though I said it. I wasn't going to shoot you.
But if you get Winona caught up in any of this shit you got going on now, I am going to shoot you.
That was at the end of the conversation. But but up front, he was like, hey, dude, I just want to come in here and apologize. Oh, this is nice. This guy.
But he was creeping in there, though.
Yeah. $725. That's a little out of my price range.
Is it a real tour or a realtor?
Yeah. Is this? Yeah. And he goes, and he also is like, well, it's they're a motivated seller. He's like, well, I don't think they're motivated on my income. And
any of your colleagues getting into shady areas trying to keep their head above water?
Do you understand what $725,000 in Kentucky in 2014 would have bought you? It's lakefront property with massive acreage and a big house. That's
a horse farm, which there are a lot of in Kentucky.
Yeah. Dude, now you can't, like, whatever, man. Like, 725 is it's crazy.
What does any of those people have to do with what we're doing here, Charles? I don't understand.
I don't. Who cares? I like it better when Charles is talking about sending me bourbon.
I think you'll be highly disappointed.
I will not be looking at my fucking PO box because
he just wants your address so he can send creepy stuff to you. I guess
it's a
guy.
PO
If it's
box,
a guy,
dude.
if it's the Charles from Gino's chat, he did some really creepy shit to Keanu's mom.
Well, it's to my PO box, so it's not my address. So,
well, that's what I heard anyway. I don't have any facts.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. That's the story.
That's a story, and I'll change it if I hear better. If
Yeah,
I hear something different. Yeah. Me too.
He's like, I didn't think this stuff. I didn't think real estate was in the Marshall's purview, and he goes, "It's not."
No. The garbage man does not have Nick's bourbon. That's why Nick streams 1 or 2 nights a week now, so he can drink the other 5 or 6 nights a week without being on screen.
Yeah, I want to play this because it's a good line. I think.
Am I right, Jim?
Right spot. Yeah, I think he's still drinking.
He ain't throwing no fucking liquor away.
No matter what Winona may have said. You drag her down into any of the shit you got going on now. Different story.
So he just basically told the dude he's going to shoot him.
He said, I'm not going to shoot you unless you do something that makes you want to shoot you, is what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, here she's telling him, you told me you burned him. She's like, no, he didn't. And it's going to get worse because I want the 150 you stole. And he's like, we spent it,
Yeah, like,
and then Raylan just happens to show up in there.
This is great.
Like,
I like this bit where she offered him a drink earlier, and now he's like, well, she goes, well, you own the fucking house. Why don't you offer me a drink? I thought that was clever. Like a little flip.
You're not going to offer me it. That's her saying it. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Because she's like, what are you doing here? Well, it's my fucking house. Like,
Right.
It's my house. I still am confused about the second murder. Even though she tried to come up with some reasoning, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know they had to do it to make the show happen, but I don't know why they felt the desire to go to the next level, because they already had what they wanted. They had the guy that was going to get prosecuted, and the feds could take away all of his property.
I think she thought that it was going to be like, once he's dead, that they can't prosecute him, and then she could stay there and keep everything.
Mhm.
And then once she found out that was going to happen, she was trying to find other ways to get money.
Yeah, probably so. But why, if you kill him, you can't get the money out of him, you dumb bitch. Like,
Yeah. She was trying to tie up loose ends, I think.
Yeah.
She wasn't very smart about it.
And I think the guy was in love with her, and he was cucked because he had to sit there while
he says that later. He definitely says that later when he gets arrested. Yeah.
Again, from a writing standpoint, this guy's doing shit for her because he loves her. Raylan's doing shit for his ex-wife because he loves. I mean, it's
this whole thing, like, they were doing whatever, doing horses, and then this rich guy comes along, and she sees that he's interested, so that they basically say, well, you pretend to like him, get with him, we'll take his money. But it just, they end up like living together with this weird shit going on for however many years.
These two were together before he met.
Correct. Before they met the rich guy. They met the rich guy, and then they mentioned that later on in the show.
I didn't think that was the case, but I maybe I missed it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I went to the bathroom or something. But I don't know. Like, I just know that when I heard this guy talking about, like, Raylan got to his ass. Like, Raylan really fucked with his brain. Like,
well, it's real weird too, because I think it might happen right now where Raylan's talking about, you could have a gun pointed at me right now, and he does. And he's like, that's what the whole thing comes in about.
Well, when he's talking to him one-on-one, yeah.
Because he starts talking to her. You guys gonna partner up again? Whatever.
Yeah.
Raylan tells a story about
going back to your old life.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, it's, like, everybody says they can just, and she says, I'll be all right. And he's like, yeah, okay, bitch. You've been living the high life.
He tells a story about, guarding some guy that had a private jet, how cool it was.
Yeah.
And
now he hates waiting in line at the airport. Yeah.
That's an experience, flying private, buddy.
Yeah. Have you done it?
Yeah.
What a dick.
It's an experience, man. First class does not compare.
Were you going to Venezuela for some reason?
No, I was going to Little St. James. Never mind. It's a joke.
No, so either way, like, he talks about how you don't have to get the whole safety thing. You have to wear a seatbelt. Next thing you know, the plane's just fucking taking off. Like, oh, dude, like, this is cool. Makes me want to try a private plane one time, but I know it's
actually not. I mean,
expensive,
it's expensive. It's like $28,000 if you wanted to fly to LA from
Vegas?
Chicago on a private jet. Vegas, about $28,000.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money, dude.
But no, for $28,000 you could bring like 4 people.
That's a lot of money, dude.
It's all relative.
Relative.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
And of course she hates kids and all that.
Of course.
But she wants to teach him how to ride a horse. Yeah.
Oh no, this is her saying that this is right. He doesn't see him. Raylan doesn't see him right now. And so she's telling him we got to kill David too and get out of here or something. Or maybe she's trying to talk him into killing the marshal. I don't know. I can't remember.
That was the one issue I had with this.
No,
Raylan has a 30-second conversation with this guy, and 2 minutes ago he was a murderer, and now he's having a crisis of conscience. Like, well, I'm not sure I want to do this.
Oh no, that's right. He's going to come in right now and talk to him. Right
Raylan
after
wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Raylan's got it figured out. He's to tell her about his ex-wife and everything, and about how he thought about killing her, but then he would have, if he killed Gary, then he would have to kill Winona, and then what if someone else saw?
How far are you willing to go? Like,
where does it end?
Yeah.
Well, the best part about this to me, and what hit me in the feels, is he's like, I didn't change at all, and he goes, well, maybe that's why she left. I mean,
maybe that's why she left me. Yeah, and like him right now, you could have a gun pointed at me right now, and maybe you could get one in me before I could pull and hit you. Maybe, but where does it end?
Well, he doesn't even say maybe. He just is like, hey, dude, you could have a gun aimed at me right now into that desk. And, you don't know. I mean, like, by the time you get out of the holster, but where does it end? Like, you kill me. Where the fuck is this going? And of course, we get the camera shot of the gun under the desk. Like, again, why does a guy even pull a gun out on a U.S. Marshal when they're just talking? Like, they're just talking.
Well, he had
the gun out when he walked in. He was getting the gun.
Put it on the desk. Like, just take it out of your fucking hand. Don't give Raylan a reason to even think you have a gun.
Yeah.
With what I know, how police work, probably could have got away with it too. You want to know why I didn't do it?
I'm guessing you want me to say I do.
I realized I might have to kill Winona too.
Oh, yeah.
Which, at the time, wasn't that.
Pause it, Jim. God damn it. I don't want to have a yellow stream tomorrow.
We did all right last night. I played quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't do.
Yeah,
so as long as we paused to talk about
it. We did it quickly. Yeah, we did it quickly. Jim does it every other weekend. Flies a private jet. Probably true.
No, I did it once. It's a one-time thing.
Oh. You blew your wad on one fucking.
No, I just wanted to do it once. Wanted to experience it.
So okay, you just wanted to do it. Like it's not like it was a business trip or anything like that. You were going somewhere and you were like, I'm gonna hire a private jet.
Money buys you experiences. When I had money, I was on the penthouse at MGM Grand with a. I mean, it was. You just gotta do it.
Like money doesn't buy happiness. No,
it doesn't
buy happiness. But what it does do is take away the everyday pressure of your daily bills and gives you some free income to just try something new that you never would have done before, because you can afford to try something and maybe take a loss. I'm not talking about gambling, but you go on a trip to somewhere and you're like, that wasn't that great, but hey, you learned your lesson, right? Whatever it is. But when you're broke, unlike Ben Togel, who's rich as fuck, we know Ben's rich, right? Like Ben is from a wealthy European Austrian family. He's probably got all the German gold stuck in.
He's got all that. He's got all the gold Cartman's always looking for.
Right. Dude, you have no idea the pictures he sends me of shit.
Beautiful, right?
What the fuck, man?
I was living my life.
But then he sends me his free McDonald's food pictures because he plays games on the McDonald's app. So I guess in Austria, like, you can play these games, and if you earn enough points, you go to McDonald's to get free food. I'm like, you just showed me all these pictures on your lake house, but you're playing McDonald's app games to get free food. It's so awesome.
That actually pisses me off. I go to McDonald's every now and again to get a breakfast sandwich. Do you want to use the app? That's the first thing they ask.
Why do they keep asking you that in the drive-thru? Why don't you use the fucking app?
I want a sausage McMuffin with egg and a hash.
I go to the kiosk when I'm at McDonald's here in Illinois.
Oh, you go inside? Oof.
Oh, I always get out of the car. I'm not going to the drive-thru. Fuck them. Because they tend to get your order right when you're inside versus the drive-thru. So like if you say I want an egg McMuffin with no cheese and you're inside, they'll take their time because they always make the drive-thru shit go faster, right? Like the drive-thru's got to get through. The drive-thru's the most important. I'll wait the extra 2 minutes to get my sandwich without cheese. But what I'm saying is when I go to the kiosk to order on that screen inside the store, the girl behind the counter is like, I'll take your order. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, Why are they here? What like
I can walk into a McDonald's and tell within 2 seconds if they're going to fuck my order up. And I hate myself for being right all the time.
If it's all Mexicans, your order is going to be perfect.
Absolutely.
It's going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't perfect.
Right.
It's a 50-50 proposition.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got to go in, Julio. If you're in a drive-through, you don't know.
That's fair.
Right. So when you and also you get out of your car, you stand up, you do some walking and all that stuff. It's just another time to stand up in your day. Money wallpapers the walls out of misery. No, it doesn't. Money, when you earn it, is very fun. Now, when you inherit it, it's probably fun as well. But I've never. My dad died. My mom died. They left me nothing. They never had anything, right? They lived paycheck to paycheck their whole life, and I wasn't expecting anything, and that's fine. But I've been semi-successful in my life. All the super chats I get here, they have just turned my life around, Julio. But my point is, though, money to me gave me the opportunity to tell my wife on a Friday, hey, let's get in the car and go down to Branson for 3 days. And not, you don't sweat it, right? I'm going to go get a couple nights in a hotel room and just have a good time and hang out.
Because we're not used, I would imagine we're not used to growing up with money. So to me, the only annoyance for being almost broke is I can't go to the diner and get breakfast. I got to think about things like that. Whereas 10 years ago, I didn't have to think about anything. Like, let's go to Vegas. Let's do this.
Yeah. Like
the happiest times in my life were when I was, it really.
But it'll come back to you, Julio.
Maybe,
it will.
Maybe not. It doesn't matter. I've been on both sides. I don't care. I'm just happy I got to be.
You've got your life, right?
All that matters is my kids. It's if they're happy, I'm happy. Whatever.
Yeah, but like for like 2 years straight, every Friday night was date night for me and my wife. We'd go to the movies every Friday night, and just go see a movie. We just went to a movie. It was our thing. Our kids were finally out of the fucking high school shit. We're at football games and wrestling matches and band concerts, all this shit, right? That we did for years and years and years. So we decided, all right, Friday night's date night. And we did it for 2 years straight. And then Saturday, we would get up and go to the diner for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do. But now it's really weird, Julio. Like, I know this is going to sound stupid as fuck, chat, but since I've been streaming since March, I don't get up Saturday morning and go to breakfast with my wife anymore.
Well,
no,
you got to start doing that again.
Gotta watch that.
I don't. I don't because it's gay, right? I should just do it. Like, just get up and
don't ever look. Justified. Raylan loves his wife, right? Ex-wife, whatever the fuck.
Well,
I think the reason that they broke up, I
think it's regrets of letting her go. You know what? There's a difference, Julio. Like, you're like, how did this happen? Like, all these other chicks want me, and this chick let me go. Like, what the fuck? Like, as a man, you're like, why would this happen?
Well, I'm going to go out there and take your wife to breakfast if you don't in a couple of weeks. But you should do that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, back then, Julio could afford fancy beer.
That is true. Well, I was drinking. Yeah,
I didn't buy it. That's the thing. Like, yeah, if you like what you like, you like what you like. And yay, EBS hits 208K. We get the honor of buying discounted stuff. Yay! Like
Red Scorpion.
Yeah, the QVC streams have got to stop, dude. Like, holy shit!
I mean, he can do it if he wants to. It's his channel.
I don't watch it though.
Watch it.
Like it's like 30 minutes sometimes of selling. You're like, dude, and if he goes 5 hours, there's an hour and a half of selling me stuff, and that's fine because I don't have anything to sell. My cell is me and my panel and guys coming here or ladies coming here enjoying the show. That's the cell to get here. I don't have a product. Well, soon you guys can order a Sturgis t-shirt. Jim, you remember I bought that art? I contacted Shane the other day. I'm like, hey, dude, I just want to make sure you got my address. He goes, well, I never got your payment. I'm like, well, I sent it on fucking PayPal. And he goes, well, I'm not Shane Davis at Hotmail. I'm Shane Davis, blah, blah, blah at Hotmail. I'm like, fuck. So Jim actually gave me the right address. I just didn't type it in the right way. So I canceled the one payment, sent him a new payment. So hopefully later this week or early next week, I'll have the art. I'm going to put it up on the screen so everybody can see Shane Davis's signature on it and all that good stuff. And then we're going to make some Sturgis Sturgis? I think that's what people liked. Sturgis character shirts. No, the funny thing is, Ben, they never claimed it. So
he actually put the foragers on sale for $25, which are the rarer ones, the one with the green eyes.
That's bullshit, Jim.
I know.
Sorry, guys. I don't like that. Like, Jim, you had this fucking rant Monday night. Like,
no, I know.
Stop devaluing me and my, full price purchases because it's a live stream. Do not buy the line art shit, Jim.
Oh,
you already did?
No, I haven't bought it yet.
I
bought two of those figures though.
Well, whatever. Why? If you like it.
Oh, because now I got it because I had.
You don't have them already?
I have them already, but
Jesus Christ! Did you hear that thunder?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah. So
Raylan's having a low key showdown with this guy.
Yeah,
and he knows he's got a gun pointed at him.
Well, but I actually think he knows, dude, this could go bad really quick. So I got to get to the heart of this guy. And he knows this guy's living in the fucking horse barn while the woman he loves is in a house that he can't get into, right? Because you said that earlier, Jim, they were a couple. They met this rich guy, and then he got delegated to the fucking horse barn, really, where he's living. So this guy's got nothing to lose, but Raylan does a great job of just getting to this guy's psyche because I think he understands that this guy, he just wants to be happy. And you saw that in the confession, right? At the end of the show, I didn't want to do any of this shit. He
just came to the realization a little too late.
Yeah.
Because he already done the shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this means, Jim.
I have no idea.
I don't know what that means.
Charles is on fire.
I think he's on fire for the wrong reasons, though. We're not here to blast people out. We're talking about Timothy Oliphant with his hat. I mean, do you think after the show was over, he wore the hat when he went home? Because he actually pulls it off pretty well, Jim.
Maybe.
I was going to wear my cowboy hat tonight, but I couldn't figure out how to get my headphones under the hat and still fit, because cowboy hats are super fitted well, Julio. You can't have headphones underneath. It would look stupid.
I've never worn one.
You never worn a cowboy hat?
I grew up near DC. What? No.
Well, you're a cowboy fan, though, right?
What? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No,
whoa. Back up.
No.
Back up.
No.
No, not at all. You never rooted for Emmitt Smith?
No.
Troy Aikman?
That team,
Michael
their ownership,
Irvin,
and their fans are the scourge of the earth. They're the worst people on the planet.
Even
and
Troy?
I'm not disavowing that. They're all fucking losers.
Even Troy?
Yeah.
He's a loser?
If you grow up in Dallas, be a Cowboy fan. That's great. But there's nothing people who grow up around DC who are decent people hate more than Cowboy fans that grew up in fucking Washington.
Why I'm fucking prodding you, dude. I'm prodding you because of that.
I used to have to deal with them in the bar I ran. Shitty tippers, fucked up people, prison time. They're horrible. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's what they say in Dallas about Redskin fans.
No, they don't. I've been to Dallas and I've been to a game, and they're very friendly and nice.
Oh, weird. Like, that's Southern hospitality. They don't give a fuck.
It is. You're right.
They don't give a fuck. But
Yeah,
everybody in
I've
DC
gone to-
is such a cocksucker about their Redskins.
I have gone to Redskins Cowboys games at Redskins Stadium. Everybody in my section's acting normal, being respectful to children in the section. There's the one guy who's rooting for the Cowboys is always up there and go, "Yo, motherfucker!" It's their asshole. And they should be shot on sight. In my
75% to infinity. Hi guys, just like to leave a strawberry blast? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. I don't know emojis well enough.
Strange things are afoot in the chat. It's Peach.
Yeah, well, by the way, I tip based on performance. I don't tip based on the amount of the fucking check. Sorry. If you leave my
like a Cowboy fan, Dave.
No, dude. If I'm sitting at the table and my glass is empty, we got a problem.
All right.
We got a problem. Don't just look at the check and go, well, she deserves 20% because she deserves 20%. They don't deserve shit. Nobody deserves anything. You got to earn that money, honey. If you got a shitty fucking attitude, guess what? You ain't getting my fucking money. I'm sorry. I don't. There are so many great waiters and waitresses out there that you just throw your money at, Julio, because they take care of everything. But when they're bad, they need to know they're bad. And they don't know they're bad when you just tip because you give them 20% because that's what the bill is, right? I can't stand when I'm on Indiegogo. I'm on Indiegogo donating money to a comic book creator or whatever I'm buying on Indiegogo. And Indiegogo is hitting me up for a tip.
Yeah, fuck that.
I agree with that.
And the tip is a percentage of what you're spending. It's like 20% they want.
It's a lot sometimes. You're like, what? You want $40, Indiegogo?
That if you go to a Dunkin' Donuts, there's a tip cup, Starbucks tip cup. I'm like, I'm just coming up and ordering a coffee. What are you? If you go to a restaurant, they're checking on you, refilling your drinks. Like they earn that.
But if you're at the restaurant and they don't refill your drink,
I know. Well,
fuck off.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
I was a waiter for.
But you know what, Julio? Your customers did not have a dry glass.
No, they didn't. I was a good, but I don't know. Once you've done it, you kind of got to take care of your people. They might be having. It's just how
people that. Well, you take care of the people around you that you know will do a good job as you. But when you've been in it, like I was a delivery guy for years in pizza. And let me tell you, when I'm at a restaurant, I know who gives a fuck and who doesn't. And anytime that glass goes empty, they don't give a fuck. I don't care.
So Ethan has sold 300 fucking figures.
Okay.
For $25 a piece.
Newsflash.
Completely sold out. That's
Hit the
crazy.
button.
Ethan makes a bunch of money tonight.
But I'm saying 300 at $25 a piece. That's fucking $7,500. He's sold in like 20 minutes.
Well, that's a good gig.
You know what, Red Scorpion? I should probably do the same thing. I just tell the server to bring a pitcher, no ice, refills, or a serious business, and I don't fuck around. Bring me Diet Coke, bitch. Yeah, because it's hard to get Coke Zero at a restaurant. You got to get Diet Coke. There's no Coke Zero at the restaurant. I'm a Coke Zero guy. I used to be a Diet Coke guy, but now I'm Coke Zero. But
that's what my son drinks, Coke Zero.
It's like a thing for me. That's what I drink all fucking day. I worked grill and bars for years. I never expected nothing but a boat race at closing. You remember Julio as a waiter or a bartender, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You serve a drink and you don't get a tip, or you get a tip. You don't think about it. You just go to the next one.
You're busy.
The next guy is going to probably make up for this guy being a dick.
That's right.
I mean,
it'll all work out in the end.
Yeah. Like I've delivered 10 pizzas to one house, 0 tip. I deliver the next pizza, 1 pizza to one guy. He gives me $20.
That's true.
It's so weird how fucking the shit works out at the end of the day. So
it depends
don't
on
sweat it.
What bar you work out. If you work at a bar that sells a lot of Bud Light and Jack Daniels, you're going to be good. If you work at a bar that sells a lot of Heineken and Hennessy, you're going to walk out broke.
Yeah, because they're DC fucking snobs who
Correct.
they don't
Or
spend
cowboy
no money. Yeah, they don't spend money. Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get back to our boy here.
Sorry,
Jim. No, this is why we're here.
You had a gun in your hand, finger on the trigger, and you had the inclination. As good as I am, it'd be tough for me to clear my holster before you put one in me.
Well, that's a great line.
Yep.
Well, he's splayed in the facts, right? Like, because he knows he could die right here. He does know he's like, this guy could take him out.
But I think he knows he's not going to.
But he does know that he does not have the advantage in this situation. So he's got to make this guy think about his actions. Even though he thinks he loves this chick, that's fine. But how far do you want to go for her? Like, how far do you want to go for her? Because you're going to kill a U.S. Marshal now? Really, dude? Because he's got no chance. He's not going to win this gunfight. If the gunfight would have happened and Raylan would have won, I would have turned it off right then and never watched it again, Jim. I would have never, like, no, this is fucking stupid. The guy's pointing at him already. Is Heineken awful? Okay. I like that. What's that other one? Oh shit, that Austrian beer. Is it Austrian in America, Julio? With the red and white label on it?
Don't know.
Oh, god damn it. I can't remember the name of it.
The Stella?
No, it's not Stella. Stella Artois, yeah. Right? Is that what it's called?
Good.
Right. Yeah, it's good. I like that beer a lot. Kay had to watch Hypnotic. Why are you watching Hypnotic? I guess like Hypnotic's channel keeps growing and growing, and I think wasn't Hypnotic in here one night? I don't remember.
No, he was. I think Yellow Flash or somebody was on his channel.
I've never heard of him.
Hypnotic. Yeah, I think he's. I don't know, man. I don't
Does
care.
he hate things? Is that his thing?
He's just another. He's another guy that's like somebody said in my chat or in my my comments, and I'll bring it up. It's like he said something in my comments that was kind of fucked up. He goes, okay, this is from Absent Minded. That's
the name.
This is the core issue. Gary was legit at first, as you all are. You just start and be yourself. Do you say what you want, mean what you say, an audience will form slowly, quickly. It will form. Eventually, you will get caught up in the ebb and flow of growth and care to nurture it like a bonsai tree. At what point does the thing you nurture become the chain that binds you to action against a free will? When it grows beyond yourself, when you're obligated, when the image brand removes your ability to evolve and change naturally, when you refine your shtick to perfection and the audience can detect the slightest deviation from the expected norms, start to degrade that growth. Wicked thing, fame. Wicked indeed, feeling wanted by faceless masses. Well, absent-minded.
It's amazing.
You bring up like it's very true.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's a drug. Like, oh my God, people are tuning into my show. Like it's a drug. It really is. But I will challenge absent-minded on one thing. The message here is never always the same. And if absent-minded will watch more of the content that I put out, he'll know that like I do bourbon reviews, I do toy reviews, I talk about Justified. We did a whole thing on House of the Dragon. Like that's all stuff that stops your growth, Julio. All that stuff.
Yeah.
YouTube can't figure out what your channel is trying to do. They're like, what are you doing, dude? I can't promote you because every day you do something different. Like then they,
nobody's looking for who's reviewing Justified in 2024, but we like it, so we're doing.
They are.
You guys like?
Yeah, there people actually do, but YouTube's like, well, what are you doing? I don't understand. Because
that was really good. Absent-minded. Yeah. That was
no, absent. Fag, Ben Togel. And you're in Austria. You said a lot worse shit over there. You guys were the worst. You Austrians.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. All right, Jim, let's get back to our boys.
So yeah, this is just a scene where they're talking about it, and then Raylan walks away.
Yep.
And then so it goes to the next scene where he's all like shaking, and then obviously
and we got the plastic couch.
Yeah, the plastic couch. They're going to do this, so like you don't really know because the way they jump that this guy's coming in, and then he searches them and checks for a wire, knocks him out, and then he starts asking her, how far are we going to go with this? Where's it going to stop? And then she says, we already killed Owen. They can't hang us twice.
Which
obviously
I actually like that line, Jim. Like, kill as many as you want. Like, we've already done one, so keep on going, brother. It's on Disney Plus, TP. No, absinthe, like the green alcohol that you can only get in Europe. Absinthe minded. So, ABSYNTH. So they save the guy.
Yeah, so he must have, after that scene with Raylan, he must have called them or something somehow.
No, I think the guy, the art dealer, like said, I think he gave everything up, Jim, and they.
No, the art dealer didn't know what. I don't think the art dealer knew what the fuck was going on. The art dealer wasn't wearing the wire. It was the guy with the gun.
He was wearing the wire?
Yeah. He said, is that enough? The guy with the gun said, here. He said, is that enough?
He said it? Or I thought they said,
he said, I couldn't see us.
He
couldn't see killing enough. David. Did you guys get enough? And then Raylan comes out. Is that enough? And then Raylan said, yeah.
I think so.
And then Raylan comes out. He's knocked out. So he's wearing a wire.
Okay, so he convinced him to wear a wire.
Yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't show any of that. It's just like basically after that, whatever happened between him and Raylan when he was scared, sitting there with the gun, he must have, called Raylan or something somehow and said, look, I'll work with you or whatever.
Confess.
Yeah.
Absinthe is legal.
It is now
in America.
I think it is now. It didn't used to be.
Is it real absinthe or is
I don't think it's the same European absinthe that we got. I went to a what do they call those, Jim? Those bars that are hidden.
Like a speakeasy?
Speakeasy, right? I went to a speakeasy in fucking Vegas, and they served me absinthe. I was like, oh shit, I get to drink absinthe. He goes, well, it's American absinthe. slow your roll, dude. This isn't the same thing that you see on the movies where people are losing their mind. Yeah, so it was legal. Did we watch Jim's a huge Deadwood fan.
Huge Deadwood fan.
It's a great show.
I think
I actually liked the movie too, the way they had tied it up with the movie. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was good.
You know,
I didn't watch all of Deadwood.
it's only 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, I don't think I think this is when I was raising 4 kids and I couldn't afford HBO at the time. You know what I mean? Like that was the lowest thing on my priority was watching HBO programs.
So this is cool. So then, you know, this is where he's like, killing Owen was a different story. Met him, started teaching his kids. We saw that he was interested. And he was the answer to our prayers. And then every night, you know, I watching her go up to that house with him. You know what that must be like, knowing about it?
And I'm out here by myself in a shithole, right?
And Raylan's like, yeah, I think I know. And so then his ex-wife comes and asks about getting the information, and Raylan says, "Oh, there was nothing there," but he didn't. I don't think he actually looked.
I think he looked, and that's why he went to her husband. I know what the fuck you're up to, dude.
Yep.
I think that's why he told her there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got out of it. Like, I am going to take care of this for you because if you're going to get yourself into something, you
see. I don't think so because it'll come up later. But I don't think
you see. This is me with never seeing the show. When I watched this show tonight, I'm like, he's protecting her. There's nothing there, honey. Don't worry about it.
And I've seen this show, but it's been so long that I don't recall all the
You haven't
details.
watched it twice a year for 8 years in a row, right?
Well, it's not going to happen the next episode, but I think the episode after the next episode, one of the names on the list shows up at her house, and then Raylan's like, "Huh," and doesn't even realize, has to then look who the guy is. So that's what I'm saying.
Fine.
I don't think he looked at the list.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but I think he looked at the list, saw who was on it, after talking to her dumbass husband, and says, "Don't worry, you're good. And I got it under control." Like, he doesn't want her to know that he's protecting her. I just don't think he wants her to know that he. Like, I think he wants her to know he cares about her, but not.
Yeah, well, there's this whole thing here
much.
where they're talking about, like, she's saying, like, you left me, I didn't leave you, and you know.
I hate this about bitches, dude. I hate this. You marry somebody and you put up. My wife moved 10 times in 12 years across the entire United States. You know what she never did? She never said, "Go by yourself." Never. You marry somebody because you trust them that they're trying to do the best for you as a family. And that's I can't stand that shit, man. Oh, you left me and you went to Miami. No, I took a job. Get your ass in a fucking truck and take your ass to Miami because the federal government's going to pay for the move. Like, it's the federal government. It's not like you got to fucking pack this shit up. The federal government's going to hire a mover for you. They're going to pack it all up. You come with me to Florida and pick our new place to live. That I don't like. I
agree.
Because I am living proof of a woman that will tolerate a man that's only trying to better his life and his family's life by making these moves. Because the only reason I did it, Julio, was I was chasing promotions. I was chasing money, right? Like, you're chasing the next level of your expertise. So that's why I did it. Like, literally, we lived in states for less than 9 months, and I'd get a call saying, "Here, I got a promotion for you." And so we go from North Carolina to Arkansas, back to North Carolina, to Ohio, to California, back to Ohio, like all over the fucking country. My wife's like, "Okay, let's go." Never, ever said, "I'm leaving your ass." Ever.
Yep. Well, Mrs. Dave is a good person, it sounds like. So you're very lucky.
Oh, well, I guess so. But there are vows that you take.
Brother, I'm with you on that.
Right? Like, I take the vow seriously. I really do. Like, what the fuck? And so many people don't. They think they're just words. No, I mean, I don't think the government should be any part of the vows. I don't think the government should hold men or women hostage and make them pay a ton of money after those vows are broken. That's a different thing. But as far as the marriage ceremony goes, you're marrying somebody. Like, take those vows seriously. Just if you don't, then fucking don't get married and don't do it. Jesus Christ.
Well, both sides have to take them seriously, and you have to take them seriously forever. And that
exactly like right. So like
stop somebody from serving you divorce papers if they want to. That's the way it is.
Julio, it could happen to me tomorrow. Like, I live in this world where I think my life is great, right? I'm so happy. I talk to my wife every day. We have conversations, all this stuff. She might come to me and go, I hate this fucking life. Well, I can't control her feelings or her emotions, right? I can't fix that.
Yep, everything's going great until it ain't.
Yeah, like I tell her all the time, you know, when I'm out of town, I said, you know, I'm going to catch that motherfucker. I'm going to come home early one day. I'm going to catch him at the house because I like to just let her know that I'm still like jealous. Like, it's not a real thing necessarily, but the point is, like, I just want you to know I still care. I don't want you to think that if you slept with somebody else, I'd be okay with it, because I never would be, ever.
Let me tell you, I'm sorry, chat. Nobody cares about this shit, but I'll share it. So I didn't talk to my first wife. I'm going to say this anyway. So I hadn't been in the same place with my ex-wife and my 4 kids for 15 years, right? So we all got together this year for a dinner, which to me meant a lot, to show the kids, look, we can get along. Don't
sure. Your first wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was really great. And we had a good time. Everybody seemed to have it. She took a phone call from a guy in the middle of dinner, and my old
jealousy bug came out.
It wasn't even a boyfriend. It was like her coworker. And it just kicked in out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay.
Does she laugh when I say that? Of course she laughs, Ben. That's the whole joke. She gets it. She's like, Dave, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not cheating on you. I know, but I just like, but like, if she did, it would be devastating, Julio. Like, it'd be over. Like, and I'm 56.
Yeah.
But I can't live a lie. Like, oh, it's okay that you cheated on me. No, that's not a thing. I can't do that either.
Well, I've got an extra room in the house, in the apartment, Dave, if you ever need it.
Yeah. TP, you know, the funny thing about Breaking Bad, I love that series so much, but I never, ever saw the last season. Ever.
It's okay. It's not that great. I agree with
TP saying controversial take. I hate the last season of Breaking Bad. Sorry, I hated how Jesse became a pussy.
I think they rushed through the last season to get it over with.
The Nazi angle wasn't as good as the other.
Yeah, it could have been all better done. It just that.
Did they have like Better Call Saul on their fucking list, and they're like, we got to go to work on that? Is that why? Do you think?
No, I just think they wanted to get it over with. I think.
All right, so this guy apparently throughout the whole show, they're saying he collects Hitler paintings, but at the end he
tells this whole story about his dad, how his dad was grew up in Germany, in Munich, and
the best
he was never going to be able to rise
working for Hitler.
And when Hitler got hired, had him go around the country recovering all his old paintings. So his dad renounced everything after the war and all that. Dude, but then, when his dad had a little bit of wine and stuff.
So cool. This was so cool.
Yeah. And it makes Raylan think about his own father and stuff. And so then we're going to see after this, he goes and talks to Boyd and says, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
I saw guys whose whole life was ruined because of his father and trying to fix the problem. So I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, but when this guy's talking about how because Raylan thinks that this guy is a proud Nazi lover. Like, that's his whole point. Before we see these bottles, like, his whole thing is like, I want you to see my collection. And Raylan's like, dude, you love the Nazis. I'm not going to see your collection. And then the guy gives a speech about how, his dad was this guy and, did all this stuff. And then he looks around and he goes, and I hated my fucking dad. Like, I hated him.
Yep.
This is what I do with all these pictures I buy. And it's like so fucking cool, Julio. Like, oh shit.
It's a good scene. I would have kept the paintings and sold them. I mean, that's just me. I'm sure you know, he's burning money, but whatever.
I think I get what you're saying, but I also think that he hates his dad that much that he's going to look for anything that his dad saved just to destroy it. Like I think he thinks his dad destroyed his life growing up because he was a Nazi sympathizer and he did all this stuff. So fuck this guy. And he still is doing well with his other art sales, but he's going to use this. This is Jim's comic book money. Like these, just imagine, guys, all these jars are.
This is going to be this is going to be Sturgis in 50 years buying all of Eric's shitty comics and burning them.
Yeah.
That's Heather Swain in that jar. That's Isom in that jar. That's right.
EVS just put out a last call for the better get over here and pick one up, or 12, the Vespas. Is that what he's talking
All right,
about?
well, everybody in the chat better go to EVS's fucking stream and start buying.
He sold out of the Foragers. Now he's on to the Soldiers, and I think he's only got a few left, and that's it.
All right, so the final scene is him with Boyd Crowder. Right?
Yeah.
Do not clip this, EJ Elemental. Guys, quit being simps for sales. You're like women. Like, how many times does your wife come home from the store and says, I got it on sale?
That's right.
Shut the fuck up. Did we need that? No.
I hope I didn't take.
Oh, by the way, Jim, your video is awesome now that you're connected hardwired to the internet. Like, there's no lag at all. It's awesome, dude. It looks great. I think Hitler can't be canceled. I don't think he's canceled, Kev Fanatic.
The jury's out on him.
He's kind of like Hitler's this guy. Like you Jim, I watch a lot of World War II stuff. But the most interesting stuff is when they talk about Hitler. Like, it's weird. Like, I watch more of the Hitler Nazi shit than I do American side of the stuff. It's crazy. Like, he's
like that show, that show what's it called, like World War II in color, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. And like or there's another one, World at War.
World at War.
Amazing.
There's a whole channel called that. Yes.
Yeah. It's great.
Dude, like when it's the American side, you're like, yeah, wait, I know we won. I want to know why the fuck Hitler failed. I watch all that shit. Like, this guy was a fucking nut job.
Yeah, no, he failed because he didn't really know what he was doing.
Yeah, he had no
tried
idea.
to take over doing if he would have let his generals run the war, he probably would have won.
Yep. Or the best World War episode, I remember watching this when I was 20 years old. It's when the Finns were fighting, I think the Russians.
Yeah.
And they're on the ski troops in white, so badass, and they're just fucking the Russians up. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, dude. I watched this whole show where, like, there was a plant in Finland, and there was like 8 soldiers that were assigned to go take out this factory that the Nazis or the Russians, whoever, had control. And these motherfuckers skied like 600 miles to get there. And then they're hanging out for 2 months in the fucking frigid cold in Finland to get in there to destroy this factory. And they finally get the time to do it. Oh my God, these motherfuckers were nuts. And they blew up the factory. And then I think 1 or 2 guys or 3 guys survived. And they're out skiing the Nazis across the terrain to get the fuck out of there. Like,
amazing.
You think about it, man. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of good people in the world that love their country. But how many people do you depend on today that you think could do that for your country? Like that would even take it on? Or would they go, well, I'm going to watch TikTok. I don't really care if, these guys have nukes.
I still think there's some people. I think if America really needed to stand up to the real powers in the world, China, Russia,
Mike Bishop is right. If Hitler wouldn't have redirected the troops away from Moscow to Stalingrad,
he should have never went for the oil.
Yeah, he would have been able to. They would have hit Moscow before, and they would have got Moscow, and that would have been just too.
Checkmate.
And then they should have pushed in and then went down instead of he was trying to get I got to go for the oil. I got to go for this. No, we got to get Stalingrad. No, we got to do this. And then the siege of Leningrad that went on.
You can't fight a war on two fronts when you're that small of a country either, Jim. Like, there ain't that many people here, dude. Like, stop. And all these fucking hostages or prisoners of war you took, they don't fight for you like they do if they were citizens of fucking Germany. They don't care that much.
Yep. So he's talking to Boyd in the jail here, and he's saying, never mind about my dad. I don't want
to. All right, Ben Togel.
Yeah, I hope he didn't take you away from anything. And then he goes, well, I was just getting ready to save somebody's soul, but.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this was great.
Well, I was this close to bringing a sinner to Jesus, and now he is consigned to eternal damnation. I hope that you're happy.
I hope you're happy. And then he tells them,
So is that what Sisu is based on, Red Scorpion? Like, have you seen that movie Sisu?
I'm gonna look that up.
Sisu is great. Look up Simo Heiha. The Nazis called him the White Death. That kind of sounds like the movie Sisu. Sisu was a fun movie. They made it for like $8 million. It was fun.
And then Boyd tries to tempt, what if I told you I had information that could put your father away for the rest of his life? And they just end the show.
Yeah.
I love the way they cut it in the middle before he answered. That was really
I will tell you this, Dave. This next episode, Blind Spot, you're really going to like it. It is good.
Oh, we love politics here, TPPT. Especially old politics, like the shit that's transformed the world as it is today. Like, so much bad politics has led us to where we're at now, where we've got a bunch of weirdos in the Western Hemisphere, Julio, that think that open borders are a thing, that one world economy is the way to go, all this fucking crazy stuff. Borders are gay. No, borders matter, dude. They don't want anybody to have culture anymore, Julio.
It's not a bad idea, except for people ruin it. It's a bad idea. We can all live together, but we can't.
Well, like,
so.
Look, man, culture matters. Remember back in the day when you grew up and when you went south, like, oh, don't go to the south. It's a whole different world down there. Like, we're talking about the southern United States. Like, we have accents based on where we live in this country. Like, it's crazy. And they want to take all that shit away. And they just want to bring people in here that do not want to assimilate to our values as a country. And it's bad. It's just bad for everybody involved, including them, because they don't know why America's great. They just think that.
Shame, because we could have achieved so much if we weren't dragged down.
But I think the crazy part is that we've, as a country, we're like this world police, like the South Park Trey and Matt made that world police. Yeah. Like, why? Why are we the world police? We don't need to be the world police.
That's a great
How about we be the fucking U.S. police? Razor Fist put something out today about Trump admitting that he made mistakes.
There is also a video that was put out today from Rippaverse trailer for Horseman.
No way.
Oh, well, fuck Trump. Go to the Horseman thing.
Okay, I'll get it.
Well, Trump admitted with his first cabinet selection he made mistakes.
I think all this stuff back and forth, people know who they're going to vote for. Nobody's changing their mind. All this shit going on with the debate, who cares?
I kind of care because anybody that votes for Kamala, you got to be retarded, dude.
I agree.
Just as a U.S. citizen, you have to care about your country first before you care about some political party. And she's not good.
Yeah,
she's a bad person.
They think the same about us, though. So, I mean, they're idiots, but
well, they could. That's fine, but if they actually did like one iota of critical thinking, they would go, wait a minute, Trump never got us into a war?
Right.
Trump was actually talking to North Korea about, standing down your nukes and all that stuff. Like, that was a thing. But no.
I don't think Kamala's voter base can grasp that.
Well, they don't care, dude. They're voting for the fucking the anti-America stuff, because there's a lot of people in this country, Julio, that don't value what this country offers them.
Nope.
And it's our government's fault, because our government gives these kids fucking student loans that are federally funded, right? They go to school for 4 or 5 years. They get this bullshit degree. They're $150,000, $200,000 in debt, and they can't find a job when they get out. But for some reason, it's the Republicans' fault. Like, what? I mean, what are we doing here, man? Like, Obama's the one that made all student loans federally backed. That's who did it. He fucked over the pricing of college across the United States because that piece of shit said all loans for students are federally backed. That wasn't a thing before that, dude. Like you understand, kids used to have to go to the bank, talk to the loan officer, and say, I want to go to college to be an engineer. And the loan officer would make his decision based off of your personal school history. And this is when college was like $300 a year, not $50,000 a year. And they would say yes or no. Now they're all federally backed, so they'll just give anybody a fucking scholarship. Or they'll say, anybody's welcome here, dude. Go get your fucking student loans.
Sounds like home loans back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's a goddamn disaster. And these poor kids, they get out of school, can't get a job because nobody gives a fuck about their stupid degree. There's so many worthless degrees out there, and people aren't going to hire them. So then they can't even file bankruptcy on student loans because they're federally backed. So all these kids are fucked. But for some reason, they want to blame the wrong party. Like, we didn't create this nonsense.
It's not that difficult. If you sign an agreement with somebody or a contract with somebody for a loan, then you're bound to it.
You're obligated. Yeah.
That's it. There you go. Done. Move on. I mean,
This
so
is
18-second
video, Jim. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just a real short video.
All right.
He only gives Horseman 18 seconds. Where's Andrew Campbell? He's got to see this. All right, go ahead. Horseman.
Well, that was something.
Yeah.
Gay. That was gay.
Now, did you see the one? There's a better one of Did you see the one yet that that Dillard put out of Yellow Flash's count? Did we play that last night?
Yeah.
Huh.
We played it.
I forgot.
Was it a trailer for Golden?
Mighty Morphin Power Golden Ranger. Yeah.
Is it long? Can you play it again? Because I didn't see it. I don't think.
Sure.
Yeah, play it.
I mean, if it's not 10 minutes long, I mean.
Sure. I think it's on Dillard's. Dillard.
And Ethan's re-EFAPing Eric July with his first man ever to do a sale. Like, you did a 5-hour stream EFAPing this the other night, Ethan. Why are you replaying this? Jesus Christ. Yellow shower power. Oh, that's perfect, TP. Yellow power or yellow shower Power Ranger. Yes.
Isn't it the golden shower power?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got to have yellow because it's, yellow trash.
I actually think this is pretty good. This trailer. I mean, that someone actually put some work into it.
Lieutenant Rogers, this is a time-sensitive critical mission. You must precede the Nazi force and secure the artifact, then get to the extraction point before they arrive. Failure to do so will result in being hopelessly outnumbered.
So
I mean, it's kind of, why would Literature Devil be second?
Well, who is that? Is that somebody important?
He's a writer.
It's a writer.
Okay.
So this blew me away last night. We watched this, like, Literature Devils. Like, I've never heard Literature Devil's name ever mentioned in this book, Jim, before I saw this. So Dylan's like calling this motherfucker out. Like, you think Yellow Flash wrote this piece of shit? Literature Devil's involved. What? Like, what? God damn, the pusher man. Go ahead, Jim. You know what I'm talking about, right, Julio?
Nazi commanders in Western
It's time we take the fight to them.
The latest news we have of the Allied invasion of northwestern France is still an escalation from the Associated Press.
Fulfilling his high top.
Country will be dying for the East.
The crisis along the whole North African coastline, the Allies can strike simultaneously.
I actually think that's really good usage of the background stuff going on and the different stuff.
This fucking rules, actually, to be honest with you.
No, it's a good trailer, but but the Yellow Flash trailer is only the cover. Like, that's all Yellow Flash shows for like 30 seconds is the cover, and it says coming soon. So I can't believe that Yellow Flash like let Dillard make a fucking trailer that's 1,000 times better with actual action going on in the trailer. Yellow Flashes is just a bunch of different fucking camera angles from the cover. This is crazy. And Dillard's only 40% owner of the property. So, like, Yellow Flash is letting his artist outshine him. Like, Dillard needs money. He's like, motherfuckers, buy this book because I've been waiting for a year and a half. Please buy this book. Buy this manga Power Ranger book because even Yellow Flash says, if you like manga action scenes, this is your book, guys. This is your book. I'm your Western manga comic creator. Okay, we'll see. But Jim's excited. Jim's like, oh, the trailer's good. This is how Marvel gets us all the time. Don't believe the trailer.
Well, I mean, it's just art and stuff, so I don't know. There was some stuff in the beginning I didn't like. It looked like it was very one-dimensional, the faces and stuff. It didn't have any shading or anything. It was just like so I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
but he might have did it for this purpose, right? Like,
yeah.
Did you fuck it up?
No, I wanted to go back.
Oh.
Where is it at? This, like here, it looks almost like.
But this is live action,
right?
Yeah. So, like,
yeah, this looks like an animation cell, not comic.
No, it's animation. This isn't in a book. Because he actually moves his mouth.
Yeah. Like this is comic. So.
Exciting along the whole North African coastline, the Allies can strike simultaneously.
No offense, I will never buy this, Jim.
All right, we got some Katie.
Ever buy this. I will never support Yellow Flash because he's not a creative dude. He's hired Literature Devil and kept it quiet until fucking Dylan put it out there, Jim. So what Literature Devil is doing, Julio is saying, hey, dude, you're a fucking idiot. This is how you should write a story. And
who put that trailer together?
That's fine.
Dillard, I think. It was on Dillard's page.
That was
Dillard.
It was really good.
Oh, well,
I thought
we could
thought
show
it
you
was
Yellow
super.
Flash's trailer because it's not good. And Yellow Flash is a guy. Does he have a Zord? Yes, he does, Ray. Like, why the black and yellow? What? Why that color? Like, this is American Hero. It's
Well,
an
it's kind of
American-
because to be on Ripicen, you have to have a black and yellow character because that's what ISOM, right? That colors are not,
Oh.
like ISOM's suit. So you got to have that suit color because remember, Eric said that suit. It's not. No one has the suit that color.
No one. Yes. Looks like a ripoff of Darkhawk. Darkhawk. Let me look that up. Look up Darkhawk.
It's a ripoff of several things. I think he's going to have maybe, I don't know.
Oh, he won't have any problems. Because nobody's going to give a fuck.
Well, I think the thought that went into the trailer with the different styles and the background, kind of the Hitler's. I mean, I don't know. It was whoever did it. I think put a lot of work into it, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Well, you got a guy.
Like I wonder what that cost. If that cost, $5,000 or something or less.
Yeah, he's probably did it on Clipchamp.
Yeah, something.
Here's Darkhawk. Like, I know he's not black and yellow; he's black and white, but kind of looks the same, guys. You see that, Jim?
Yeah.
Like, that's holy shit. Ugh. Come on. Now, I understand too. Like, it's really hard to be original because everything's been done. Like, what's not been done?
Well, you're inspired by people, whether you're an artist or a musician. So you're going to, as somebody who writes songs, some of my songs sound like the band
Hall and Oates or whatever, right? Yeah. So look at this. Like, this is pretty close, Jim. This is actually pretty close. Let me open image. Open link in new tab. It's not a
Really?
link.
You think that looks like what we just saw, the Golden Patriot?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's very it looks the same.
Okay.
And this is a modernized version of it. But it looks the same. Really. Like, don't give these guys any slack. They don't deserve it. They want to tell us that they're so creative, they're going to change the fucking mainstream. Don't copy the mainstream. I will say one thing for Eric's books. He's not copying the mainstream. He just doesn't know what he's doing with these characters. They don't make any sense. Like, I'm 6 episodes into Justified, and if the show went 20 years, I'd probably watch it 20 years if they kept the writing, if they kept the same people in the show. Not the characters, but the writing. The writing's more important, right? Like there's a reason Gunsmoke was on for 24 fucking seasons of television. There's a reason. Yes, Dillard's the artist, but it ain't Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash ain't no artist. Yellow Flash is a guy that makes 3 videos a day and talks about how they hate you 3 times a day, or Brie Larson fucked this movie up, or whatever. 3 times a day, he's getting 50 to 60,000 views a day on those stupid videos, Julio. Like, it's
you serious? Yellow Flash?
Oh man, you haven't seen my early work, have you, Julio? Like, I did spreadsheets on this shit. Like,
that's how I found you, Dave. To be honest with you, I like the
spreadsheets are coming soon.
They were comfy.
The spreadsheets are coming soon between him and Ryan, really quick, because we got to call these fucking grifters out. Like, they're grifters, Julio. Like, you talk about, is Ethan a grifter?
Yeah.
Ethan actually has a product that I could live or not live with, right? I don't care about the product, right? But if I do care about the product, that's fine. Like, I didn't know Ethan, did DC work until I started watching his show. I didn't know anything about him. I mean, I raised kids the whole time he was an artist at DC, right? So I have no idea. However, the difference between Ethan and these other guys is Ethan started doing art and all this stuff when he was like 12 years old. He started selling his art in the mall when he was 15 or 16 doing characters. He earned his way up. Eric July is in his early 30s. Yellow Flash is probably mid 40s, right, Jim? Wouldn't you guess? And now they're the creatives. No, dude, they're grifting. That's a grift. So Ethan is not a grifter. He's got to sell the stuff that he's made since he left the mainstream. And the grift is the fact that Eric uses all the other big fellowship members to promote his book, just like Yellow Flash will, Jim, right? I mean, how long before Yellow Flash is on Friday Night Tights? And he has been on there a long time.
He'll be on. He'll be on. Well,
he'll be on multiple times between now and when the campaign ends.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have to bring him on, or maybe they'll have Eric on to promote it. I don't know.
No, it'll be Yellow Flash.
Isn't Drunk 3PO's book supposed to be coming out too soon?
Well, his is the first that's going to be sold on Ripasend, apparently. But apparently Ripasend's website's not even ready yet. That's what somebody in the chat said earlier. Like, the website's not complete. So as soon as the website's done, he's going to start selling these books. Oh, I'm Yellow Flash. I've made my fucking artist wait for a year and a half to promote or, put this book up for sale. And now I'm waiting for this other guy to finish his website. And I got to go through a Drunk 3PO book before I get promoted. Yeah, I'm signing up, dude. I got your back, dude.
Is the guy that put that trailer out, Dillard, is he the guy that Yellow Flash allegedly isn't paying?
Right. That's him.
Are you serious?
That's him. That's why his trailer's so much better than Yellow Flash's. He wants people to be interested in this book. If you haven't watched a Yellow Flash stream with Dillard on the stream, Dillard does is sit there and smoke and look down at his fucking computer keyboard or whatever. He doesn't say shit. Dude, you think about how, like, the guy, his whole house was flooded. At the time this book was supposed to be released last year.
I'm not going to blame Yellow Flash for that.
I am.
He signed.
Yellow Flash could have started Indiegogo last year, and he would have made 2 to 5 times more money than he'll make now.
If he would have started an Indiegogo before all the fighting started with Ethan, he probably would have done 400,000 or 500,000 easy on his comic.
At least.
Yeah.
And he'll probably do a lot, but he could have doubled it at least, maybe 3 times more, if he would have just started this campaign as a campaign. Oh, I'm anti-campaign. Yeah, well, now you're going to lose your ass, just like Eric is losing his ass. Eric is down the tubes, dude.
I honestly, I think Yellow Flash is going to be stuck right around 250K.
450?
250.
Is that good?
It's good.
Yeah,
it's great.
fucking
But I mean,
great.
he could have done double that easy.
No, I think Yellow Flash should have done $1 million a year ago, Jim.
It's possible.
I think he could have. But I'm going to put Yellow Flash at 325. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because he does get 50 to 60,000 people a day, 3 times a day, to watch his stupid videos where he's reading articles.
Staggering to me.
It's unbelievable, Julio. Like, it's unbelievable.
I mean, no hate on the guy. God bless him. He's making money off of it. That's great. But I've watched a couple of his streams, and I'm only about who's entertaining. He's not entertaining. He's boring.
Let me see something here. Let me pull this up right now. This is Yellow Flash 2's channel. I'm just going to pull it up. Just so you can get an idea of what an actual grifter is. So let's go to his videos. Now, first of all, look at the fucking thumbnails. They're all the same, right? They're all the same.
Well, he's branding.
It's 52,000 views, 44,000 views, 35,000, 59,000, 69,000, 100,000. Because IGN hates white gamers. This is the content that 100,000 people watch. Game over for Sony. You understand? I watched this shit for months and months and made videos. It's not over for Sony. It's never over for Sony.
Sony's fine.
Yeah, they're fine. This is it. They are fucked. They are mad. It's over. They just won't, like, the fucking awfulness. So let me go to RK Outpost. All right, so here's RK Outpost. This is Ryan Cannell. And this is his daily fucking shit that people are watching. Oh, this is totally shit. This is sad. This just gets worse. What the fuck is this shit? They blame the fans. Oh, look at all the views. Oh, Julio, 22,000. That was 7 hours ago. 49,000, 83K. Look at all of these views. You know how many times I've seen this fucking guy from Spider-Man in a fucking thumbnail that Ryan Cannell makes? Like 100 fucking times. This is the shit that people are sending money to every day, all day.
Do they not see that it's...
They don't.
My opinion, it's just...
They don't. You know why they don't?
I like Ryan Cannell, actually. I think he's pretty entertaining, but like the Yellow Flash stuff you were showing, it's disingenuous, I think.
But so is the Ryan Cannell stuff on his daily videos. Okay,
Yeah,
so his live streams are fine because he's just having a conversation. But this is where he makes his money by reminding us all how much they hate us. Like, come on, man. What the fuck, dude? Like, you know, and I read that comment in my chat. I can never be that. You know why? Because I can't keep track of what we talk about here. And it would take 14 channels to make that happen. We're just going to talk about what the fuck we want to talk about here. I'm going to say 2 weeks from now, Julio, is going to be our Rumble only stream.
Let's do it.
So we can do music and videos, Jim.
Love that.
I think when we do that stream, it should be the chat gives us their, I want to hear this. I want to hear
like
that.
it.
Yeah.
Like request hour. Yeah.
Like
that'd be fun.
Hey, Dave, have you heard this song? Nope. Because I like learning, dude. You're never too old to learn shit. Ironically, Zach hates Yellow Flash. Yeah, because Yellow Flash is a turd. Yellow Flash is the worst of them all. He's the worst. I think, and we've talked about this before, Jim. I wish Ryan Cannell would leave Geeks and Gamers and just be his own guy at this point. Because he's pretty talented and he's got a lot of knowledge about stuff. But I think he has an obligation to Jeremy because Jeremy hired him off the streets in San Diego at a Comic-Con one night.
Well, I think they're friends. I actually kind of respect that they kind of, comics division is on FNT because they're friends. I like the loyalty, even though he doesn't hardly say anything on the stream.
Mighty Golden Patriot is made by a retard, but drawn by a great artist. I guarantee the art will be great and the story will be shit. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with the Rippaverse, right? Some of the art is decent in some of the books, but the fucking dialogue's terrible, or vice versa. Like when Eric writes a book, fucking check out. It's going to be stupid. The Alpha Core book, Jim, you never bought it, right?
I didn't buy Alpha Core, no.
So you don't know what the art is. Just what
I've seen it. I just didn't buy it. I've seen it.
But that was a Chuck Dixon Bennett book, right?
Yeah.
So what you've seen, do you think the art was better than I saw? Because the art is garbage, dude. It's boring. It's terrible. Like that's why I got rid of it the day I got it. Like, oh my God, this is so sterile. It's sterile as hell. I like stuff to look gritty, man. Zach is out of his mind lately and so annoying. Remember last year, Jim, when Zach was the SJW backer, he was actually like saying, yeah, Eric July told me to stop making videos and write my books. And he took Eric July's advice. Like that was our boy, Zach.
Well, I don't know. I didn't think he actually, yeah, but I didn't think he said that, did he? I thought he just did it.
No, that's what he fucking said. Like, yeah, Eric July's like, hey, maybe you should just stop making videos. And as Eric July's making videos and putting out shitty books. Have I read the books? No, but I've watched the show, The Umbrella Guys, right? The Umbrella Academy or something, right? Which the first season I liked, but I haven't kept up. I cannot keep up with all this shit. Yeah, so Alpha Core art was good, but the coloring in these fucking Rippaverse books are terrible, dude. So bad. Andrew, shut the hell up, dude. So he's out of his mind lately. Well, I don't know if Kevin, if he's out of his mind. I just think he's fed up. But he's also not willing to go on a stream with EVS because he thinks that, he'll be fine by his own. But I bought your boy Zach with the Critical Drinker Rambo book. I supported that book. Critical Drinker wrote it.
Was it any good?
It sucks donkey balls, dude. That is a terrible comic book. I was just like, oh, this is Rambo before he was Rambo. This sucks. Critical Drinker, whatever, dude. It was terrible. Did not like it. And I own it. But if it got burned in a fire, Julio, I wouldn't even remember to claim it on my insurance. Oh, the infighting? Does that mean you watch my video, Andrew? Got a new video on YouTube called Infighting, which has been broadcast by our boy Ethan earlier tonight, right, Jim?
Yep.
And he goes, oh, that's Boss. You fucking copyrighted Ripaflix? Like, that was funny, Julio, when he said that. I was like, oh, cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, you know what they say? It's the little things. It's, like, that's what keeps a relationship strong, right? You notice the little things, not the big things. Oh, man. But it's the little things.
That's true. It means you're paying attention.
I did copyright it, Ben Togel. What are you talking about?
You legit copyrighted that, Dave?
Of course.
I always thought it was that's pretty good.
Of course. Jim, I need your copyright lawyer tomorrow. You got me right?
Yeah, I got it.
I still need those fucking can lights.
You're using it in business. I forgot about that. You're using it in business, so
I'm good.
You're good. If somebody tried to copyright it, you could show that you were using it first.
For a long time. It's not So I guarantee you Eric's seen it. Like, motherfucker, I should have thought about that. Red Scorpion, I did buy the blue book. I bought it so my wife or my daughter could read to my grandson. It's a thick ass book. That book is a long book. And my wife and my daughter looked at me and go, he'll be 14 before I finish this book. So I'm like, all right, don't read it to him. But it's just it's Drunk 3PO. Like, Drunk 3PO is like the soft little guy, right? He's like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah. But I'm with Red Scorpion on his Gina Carano quote. Like it the whole simple little bit. Let me tell you something. I grew up with Italians.
Jim,
if
look at Dan Blackboard's thing about you.
If Satala flicks.
You can't make more Jims. Well, you need to make more fucking thumbnails for us, dude. Your thumbnails are awesome. Go ahead, Julio. I'm sorry.
That wasn't a good point. Never mind.
No, it was a good point. Just say
I was saying, if I grew up with Italians, all my grandmother and her 6 sisters, all from Naples, right? If I walked in the door and had Gina Carano on my fucking arm, they would never let her leave the house until I'm married. You know what I mean? They would.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
right.
Like,
no, I get it. But she'd be like 5 inches taller than you.
Whatever. My second wife was 3 inches taller than me. It's good. What's good when you walk in tall?
Never look up to your woman, dude.
It doesn't matter if you're horizontal, Dave.
Never look up to your woman in public. Yeah. Never. Your woman's got to look up to you. Of course you do, but you've been divorced twice.
My first wife was 5'3", so.
My wife is 5'3" as well, and I'm 6'3".
Well, you're like a giant to me. I'm 5'9".
All of the ancient fucking structures across this world.
Solved the pyramids. It was Dave.
Well, I built those giant archways. Yeah, exactly, TP. If Gina was on my arm, she would never let go. Right. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm the man in this relationship, Gina.
she's top shelf.
And she goes home at night and goes, "Oh man, what the fuck? Maybe I shouldn't have said that shit on Twitter that day, because I could be making millions of dollars still with Disney."
Well, I like her. What she tweeted.
I like her.
I'm like, that's fine. What did she say? Everybody getting all riled up. It's crazy. Dave's been taken out by the gamma ray burst, Jim. I need you to jump in.
No, he's all right.
Okay.
So, Jim, what do you think?
About who? Gina Carano?
Yeah. Like, do you think she regrets those tweets?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think she gives a shit.
Really? Well, I mean, that's a good attitude to have.
I don't know. Though,
I don't know if
maybe,
she was. I mean, I know she had MMA money, right, or whatever money she had.
She was the first female, if I remember correctly. She was whatever, Ronda Rousey before there was a Ronda Rousey, right? Wasn't Gina Carano before? When they first started doing women beating the shit out of each other, she was right in there.
Yeah, but like she had that money, but do you think she had enough money to say "fuck you" to Disney when they?
No, she doesn't have fuck you money.
Right, like that's what I'm thinking, Julio. Like, we all have our and look.
Nope.
Yeah, I agree. No. I think she might have some family money, maybe.
And she's married too. I'm assuming her husband's got some scratch.
Maybe.
Gina's married?
Yeah.
I think so.
To a man.
Is it drunk 3PO?
No.
No, that's the problem.
That's all I see him with is her. Like,
yeah.
Oh, her family is loaded. They own some hotels or casinos in Vegas. Ah, okay. So that does make sending those tweets a lot easier. If you're in Hollywood, like, I'm good. Like,
you tell me Italians own casinos in Vegas? That's crazy. I don't believe it.
James Caan would fucking kill you for making that statement, dude. I love Jimmy Caan, dude. Jimmy Caan was so good in all those movies. Like,
he's not Italian.
I know he was a non-Italian in all of them, and he was so good. Like, her long-term boyfriend is a successful kickboxer. Wow. Oh, now Jim pays attention. Yeah, Pike, you say something.
I'm always paying attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Ethan's chat and says, how many fucking chats is Jim tells you put in the chat tonight?
I'm putting a lot of chats in there, but it's not no super chats. I just keep dropping links. Subscribe to BTM Reviews. Subscribe to BTM Reviews. Oh, every time.
In there?
Yes.
He's
I look at it
networking
all the time. All I see is subscribe to Jim tells you.
No, everybody, man. I got a whole clipboard of links I put in all the time.
God damn it! It's 11:20. We were supposed to stop 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go. I gotta go do training tomorrow. But
you got to go to Johnny's Beef tomorrow,
dude. I would, but like, I'm going to. I won't eat anything but Johnny's Beef tomorrow. I won't eat breakfast.
Get a combo.
Sausage and beef.
You got to go to sleep, Julio, or you want to fire up a stream?
I'll do a stream if you got something to talk about.
We'll figure something out.
All right.
I'll come up with something.
Jump over for like an hour or something.
Yeah.
All right. Shoot me
the first of
link.
all, chat.
All right.
Okay. So just so everybody knows here, I'm the most generous streamer on the internet. I let Jim and I don't let him, but they both stream on their channels at the same time so that we can get them viewers and hours on their channel. Right, Jim?
Yep.
Now I'm talking about leaving, and my bro is hitting up my other bro saying, hey, this fucking old man wants to go to bed. You want to jump on my stream? That's the love we have for each other here. This is not, I don't care. You guys have a blast. Just Julio, make sure you tell Jim, turn off all the other tabs, because if he's distracted, he will not pay attention to the chat and you. So, Jim, I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to play the outro.
Any other rules we have to go by, Dave?
No, but Jim even said when he live streamed the other night after my show, he's like, dude, I didn't know what to talk about. You need to pull something up real quick.
I don't know.
He said that. You told me that, Jim. Like, it's like, oh shit. Like,
oh, well.
Hosting a live stream is not easy. It's not. It's really not. When I do my little monologue, sometimes I have nothing to say, so I talk about my work day. Okay. Oh, look at low watermark. Motherfucker.
Oh.
I invited you on this stream 5 hours ago, and now you're showing up. They can have Jim. Like, they can have him. Like
late night BTM.
All right.
Okay.
Jim's ready to end this shit. So he's like, hey, Dave, stop talking. Chat, thank you all for being here. Andrew wants a link. I'm sure Low Watermark will take a link, Jim. Low Watermark, before I end this stream, I hope you watched the video that I put out on my channel today. Ethan played. I hope you saw it. You got a lot of talk in that video, and you can thank our boy who makes these videos for me.
Great job.
Yep. So, Low Watermark, I hope you watch that video, and check it out. Yeah, it was great. EJ Elemental doing primo stuff for BTM Reviews. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye. I'll be firing up the live stream in a minute.